What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, life's good, bro. I can't complain, man. I got me, bright yellow shirt on. Feeling fancy today.
Well, I see why you got the yellow shirt on.
Oh, well, you do. Yeah, you do. You do. They don't. But you do. Shout out. I got the Travis Scott's on, the canary yellow. So,
When they come out, because that was like a big deal, right?
Yeah. They just
recently.
Yeah, they
2 weeks
recently
ago.
just released. End of May. Like it was like the 22nd officially. So yeah, because they pushed back a couple of times. But yeah, man, I had to break them out today. It just felt right. We fresh off the weekend, Deke. We got one more day of school left, and it's not even a full day, Deke. It's not even a full day. So we didn't check that box. You know what I'm saying? Like we there with it. Yeah, man. But we feeling good right now. Feeling good. I don't think anything's crazy going on. How are you though, man? About to say, shout out to the Into the AM though. I like the shirt, bro. The vibes are good.
I can wear it now.
You look good, bro.
Yeah.
You look good over here, bro.
That I can wear it and actually looks good on me.
Yeah, I like.
Whenever I initially got it,
little guns on you and stuff, man. Shout out, bro.
It's all right. Yeah, hopefully we could get them a little bit bigger by prime summer, end of June, July.
Okay.
But yeah, thanks, dude. I couldn't wear this shirt 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It wouldn't have been a good look. I would have been showing off some moobs and a gut.
I like how you call it moobs. Shout out to that, bro.
Yeah. I didn't have like big moves. There was I don't know.
They were there though.
A little B cup or something. Yeah. Nothing like crazy, but noticeable.
Shout out to the self-awareness, bro. It was there, but no, bro, you look good though, bro. I like it. Man. I like it, bro. But yeah, man, what's the word with you, man? Anything on your hand? I don't even laugh. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just asking. I ain't know where you want to go. Wherever you want to go, we could go. If you don't want to go, we ain't gotta go. Cause you look good. I could compliment this. We could go a different direction. I just ain't know how you want to go. But you look good though.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, I got some sun over the weekend. We could put it that way.
Respect to that, man. Respect to that. And shout out to everybody that was at Kenny Chesney this weekend, man. All right, because Kenny Chesney did pull up to the city. No shirt, no shoes, no problem, man. Anybody that's been down there knows it's a great time. Could you say it's a great time? It's a great time.
Yeah, that was my first time going. I've been to the tailgate before.
But first time tailgate and survived.
Yeah, I got a free ticket. So
you survived though, bro.
I'm here.
It's a lot of people. No exaggeration. They don't make it back, bro. They get lost in the sauce in the tailgate. They get lost in the sauce at the concert. Wait, don't let you be down there in the pit where everybody they get lost down there. And then post Kenny as well, man. People can get lost in the sauce. So the fact that you made it back here, bro, salute you. You are officially stamped, signed, sealed, delivered. I've seen that in person, bro. Shout out to anybody that's ever been down there for it. And I can only imagine how much larger it's gotten now. So yeah, bro.
I don't know if this is a hot take. That might have been the most people at Ackershore / Field I've seen.
No, that's real.
Because you have all those people down on the field. Now they do close off the sections behind where the stage is. So I don't know. I don't know if the people down on the field would fill up those sections, but
it's got to be a
lot of people.
Yeah, I know they said like when Taylor Swift came, those numbers were bigger than any of like the games. But the Kenny Chesney concerts, if anybody has seen them, it's got to be close though in the sense of those numbers between tailgate, actual concert venue. Like, I mean, it's craziness, man. But that's what I said. If you can survive the concert room and made it back, bro, salute you, man. Salute you.
Yeah,
it's a lot of people that didn't make it to work today. Just know that, man. A lot of people. It's Monday, bro. A lot of people that called out, man. They were unavailable for their jobs today, bro.
Man.
Yeah, it's
Today's
Monday, bro.
There too.
I'm just saying, it's a lot of people. They ain't got back this shit.
I almost called off today. I was almost one of them.
You survived though, bro. You survived. That's all that matters, bro. You made it there and you made it back. All right. So respect to you on that, baby. Respect. But yeah, bro. Try to think, man. Any other things? Anything else, man?
Yeah, Russ was out there.
Shout out to Russ.
He's doing everything right.
What was his attire? Did he have any Pittsburgh memorabilia on?
What did he have on? Yeah,
because I feel like I just saw him. He had like a Steelers shirt and shorts on the other. He was at a barbershop. That's what it was.
I think he gave a jersey to Zach. I think they held up a jersey. Is that what it was? Because I don't think he was wearing the jersey.
Yeah.
I think he brought out a jersey.
But I definitely saw him with something Steelers though. So maybe that
he had a Steeler T-shirt on, a Steeler hat. Yeah, the crowd was going crazy.
Like, so you said he came off with Zach Brown though.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. I'm not going to overanalyze it, Deke, but sometimes I just be, because I know 7 came out with Kenny Chesney. I feel like Kenny Pickett came out with Kenny Chesney. Now you're saying this was the Kenny Chesney concert. No shirt, no shoes, no service. Or no problem, excuse me. And he didn't come out with Kenny. He came out with Zach Brown, is what you're telling me?
Yeah. Yeah, David Decker says Russ gave him a jersey.
All right, respect. Did anybody do anything for Kenny Chesney? Was there anybody that came out for Kenny?
That I know of.
Did Phils come out?
No.
Okay.
And you know what? I've been getting that question a lot.
It's interesting.
Over the course of the weekend. People were asking me, Deke, what's up, man? What's the deal with the quarterback situation?
Yeah,
what's going on? Seems like that's all people want to talk about.
And that's usually a big indicator of who's the man. Who gets to come out on stage at the Kenny Chesney concert. Everybody knows that, bro.
My answer is pretty simple. I don't think Russ is going to be bad enough to get benched.
That is
I think he's going to be damn good. Not only throughout the rest of the offseason here, we got training camp and preseason. I don't think Russ is going to be bad enough to lose the starting job.
During that time frame. Yeah.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
And then during the season, I think he's actually going to play damn good. So, and we're going to be winning games. So I don't think there's going to be a point where we're sitting there and saying we need a quarterback change. No, we're going to be humming along and finish the season 12-5, 11-6, and be in a good spot. And I think Russ is going to play good. He's not going to be turning the ball over crazy, and keep things running the right way.
Yeah, because if Russ is giving you that, I don't see it giving us a lot of reasons of why we will be calling to yank him. So it's unless he gets hurt, and we don't want that either, hopefully everything goes how we're hoping it should go, Because Russ do what he's supposed to do, take advantage of the talent that we have.
Because I think this system with Arthur Smith is going to be a lot better than what he was dealing with in Denver. I think we got a better O-line. We're going to have better weapons for him, better run game, all that stuff. He's just going to have better surroundings. Yeah. And last year, in a washed year for Russ, he had 29 total touchdowns and was able to beat Mahomes and go on a 6-game winning streak. Yeah, and he was against some of the toughest teams in the league.
Still ended almost 3-1 turns of touchdown interception radio or touchdown interception radio. Yeah, total touchdown. He's
he had 26 passing, and then it was 3 rushing.
Okay, but I wasn't sure if he got 30 or not.
Well, he would have if they would have kept him in the last 2 games.
Right, they did the whole.
29 touchdowns in 15 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's not half bad.
Yeah.
That's not half bad. If that's washed, I'll take that. If he could replicate that this year, I'll take that.
And when you piggyback that, knowing what was going on behind the scenes with Sean Payton and how they were, doing the contract stuff, it's that's just another thing that you're dealing with. I mean, we know how it is. You operate at a way better level when you're comfortable, when you aren't feeling it's some sabotage potentially going on within the organization from an internal standpoint. So, yeah, man, I do like that, man. But it's been a lot of stuff that's been, shout out to Russ, though. Russ was out there this weekend. I definitely saw a barbershop picture. That's what I remember seeing. It was on Twitter, I think. Yeah, but it was random.
Well,
so
GF just dropped the super and said, I tagged you and Moats on X.
GF? No, it was
he ain't even have an appointment just at random. So I think they're talking about the barbershop.
The name wasn't GF, though. That's probably what threw me off. It was it said Steelers something. It was So maybe it might be whatever his X name is, if that makes sense, or Twitter name is. But shout out to you, GF, then, if that's the case. Yeah, because I definitely felt like I saw that this weekend, man. It was he's sitting in the chair. And he was fresh out the workout because he got the workout shirt, the workout shorts. Not the I'm going out and looking good still and stuff. It's the bro, I'm fresh out the locker room. I done showered. This was, was hanging up. Let's roll with it. But he looked good. Whoever lined him up, man, salute y'all, man. Y'all had the boy looking right. Don't have Russ out here looking rough in the city, man, all right? If y'all gonna slice him up like that, make sure he look good, man. He's a representation of the city now, all right? So salute y'all. But shout out to you, GF. So are you saying that it was your barbershop? I don't know.
Maybe.
Because that might be dope if that's the case, man. Yeah. We need some details on that.
Maybe we could do a podcast with Russ at GF's barbershop.
At the barbershop. I see what you want. I see what you want right there, bro. That would be a vibe. Would definitely be a vibe. Yeah, we need some more details on this.
Maybe a week before training camp.
Shout out to GF on that one, man. Shout out to GF.
Let's set it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing good, dude.
I like it, bro. Good.
Glad to hear you are as well. How was the weekend?
Man,
you weren't down at Kenny.
No. I avoided the Kenny. As best I could. Like I said, this was my first chill weekend, man. So it was a vibe, man. Did the whole dad thing, cooked like a son of a gun this weekend too.
Some steaks.
No, man. We was on the smoker, big smoke this weekend, man. So I hadn't broke out the smoker since last summer. So I was like, you know what, it's time, it's the weekend, like let's get activated. Memorial Day didn't happen. The pools open up Memorial Day, right? Smokers open up. So we smoked a week ago. So we said this weekend we was on the ribs, and then we hit them with a nice little Boston butt, little pulled pork action. Back-to-back days. So It was a vibe, man. I got a chance to just big chillax, feel like I was chefing, getting my cook on. And yeah, man, everybody agreed and said it was, positivity, good check marks on it. So I liked it right there. That was a vibe. Got a little golf in today. Swing.
You still went?
Bro, come on, man. I told you, I it's my exercise. And it's like my like cool little like
man.
Let me get my vibes out. So like I was just walking it, swinging. Wasn't the best, but I had enough of them good shots deep today where, I'm ready to go back again.
I gave you a tune-up for whenever we actually do play.
Oh yeah, because I needed to get some of them shots out the way. But I hit enough good shots where I'm like, yeah, Deke, I need you to see this. I need somebody to be here to see me hit these shots so y'all don't think I'm just blowing smoke. But yeah, man. So like I said, man, that was kind of my vibe, man. But also, we did have some NFL stuff that was taking place, man. We had a new contract, got the new record-breaking money deal for a non-quarterback in terms of Justin Jefferson. Man, we'll obviously talk about some of that because we do got a young wide receiver potentially on the come up, getting ready to, get a check one of these days. But we also, man, we had some important news, man. I did want to go ahead and drop this at the beginning. We did lose an NFL legend, man. I'm talking about none other than Pro Football Hall of Famer, Dallas Cowboys legend, Larry Allen. Big time person in terms of why I even started playing football, being a part of that Dallas Cowboys team during the 90s, man. And shoot, man, just wanted to, salute him on an amazing life, an amazing career. Obviously passed away 52 years old. Said he was on vacation with the fam in Mexico. So definitely unfortunate, that, he passed away and stuff like that. But when you just talk about his career, when you talk about his impact on the game, said, man, 11-time All-Pro, 11-time Pro Bowler, 6-time first-team All-Pro. But I always think back, like I said, Pro Bowl, man. Back when it mattered, the bench press competition. That's Mr. Shut It Down. Mr. He could just keep pressing until he don't want to press no more. He make 225 look like it's $135. That's Larry Allen, man. So, like I said, man, just respect to him, man, on his amazing life. And like I said, man, his amazing career, man. But if you had anything you wanted to, share on Larry.
No,
stuff like
I don't
that,
know
man.
much about him. But it's just that he was, one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
And did he play all of his seasons with the Cowboys? I know he's known to be a Dallas Cowboy. I don't know if he spent another season or two somewhere else.
So he had a PFF. Come on, man. He gonna hit you with the Pro Football Reference. He had to get a jersey. He had to have an extra jersey. All right.
Man.
So for the first 12, it's all Dallas is beautiful. Man. It's all beautiful as Dallas is Super Bowl champion. It looks good. It looks great, right? Then them last 2 years, he got a San Fran in there, man. Chill out. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that. All right. He got a little joint in there. All right. He got a little bit of that. It's just a 2-year piece, though. Okay. It's nothing wrong with 2 years. All right. So salute him for having the dual jerseys up there, but that's it though. Just 2 jerseys.
I guess that dude was doing something right though when you have a Steelers chat saying rest in peace to Larry Allen.
Oh no, facts. And that was the thing that I even thought of, not just the Steelers chat. Bro, think about this. This is an interior offensive lineman from the late 80s, early 90s time frame. You know what I mean? The fact that he was even a name that people knew. Think about how we talk about offensive linemen in today's NFL with the amount of coverage and how they're still almost the forgotten members of teams. So the fact that an interior offensive lineman from back then still rung bells to that level, to, like you said, even now, man, where I know for me, man, the impact that he had on just me watching him, that's the part where it's just like, bro, you was kicking some serious tail for offensive linemen to ever get talked about or ever viewed in any of these type of things, man. So as I said, like I said, man, salute Larry though, man. Salute him.
All right, where do we want to go from here then?
All right, well, the last thing we're going to do before we start today's show is shout out to Rob Lightfoot, man. He says congratulations to JMU. You remember them South Carolina Gamecocks that he was talking about the other day?
And it was him.
Yeah, it might have been him. I can't remember if it was
so
all
he's
the way.
classy in defeat.
But he's classy in defeat, because ultimately what ended up taking place was JMU took care of business. We had a little pitch out there.
So are you in the Elite Eight now?
Well, we kind of took an L to NC State following that, all right? So don't worry about that right now. Don't worry about it. And then the late
double elimination?
Yeah, it was a back-to-back. So, like, we lost, and then we came back to play them again, and we took the L's, like, on the late night.
Damn.
But it was competitive, though. It was at least when I went to sleep, because I kind of fell asleep when it was happening. But it ended up I want to say it was 3-2 them, and we lost right at the end. Make sure I got that right, though.
I'm sorry to hear.
Hey, bro, I ain't 5-3. 5-3. That's how we got beat. Yeah. But, bro, you know my energy, man. The same way when it was the women's college softball. It's like, bro, don't make no noise now. You knock off one of these super programs, one of these ACC, SEC, Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12. Oh, little Jim, you know, that means a lot to us. So the fact that we were able to even just knock off one of these type of teams in this type of, you know, gauntlet of talent.
You got anyone on the schedule for football season to be an upset?
Well, I mean, it depends on how you view upset, right? How you view upset, man. Because, you know, I've seen people say when we beat UVA a year ago was upset. I didn't really think it was upset, though. You know? You catch what I'm saying?
Okay. Are you talking about certain teams then in those conferences? Like,
all right, so just looking, I would say UNC, right? UNC, we will say that's the third game of the year. If we win, then we can call that upset-ish.
All the other games don't look like upsets.
No, because literally, I mean, if we're being real, App State is like the big name, right? But we don't look at App State as like you're better. It's like, bro, you ain't like us. So, yeah, we don't even want to celebrate us half the time we beat them. Unless it's like, all right, we spotted y'all 3 touchdowns. It was on college game
Kind of
day.
like us
you know
versus
how
West
it goes.
Virginia type of thing.
Like, it's definitely more rivalry for them than it is for us.
Right.
You know
That's how
bro.
I feel with the backyard brawl.
Yeah. So it's that type of vibe. But I figure UNC, because Drake May was just there, and it's UNC. So that's got to count for something.
They've been better than UVA. They've been a top 5 ACC team for the past like 4 or 5 years. They got Mac Brown down there.
I was about to say, it's been the past 5 years they've had
Sam
that
Howell,
shift.
Drake
They had
May.
the running backs down there, Michael Carter and company. So it's like that little time frame, they've been a lot better. So that's what I was like, we'll see. But in terms of, do we look at them on the list and like, oh God, bro, nah, it ain't that vibe. Like, I think if it was like a Florida State, it would hit way harder. Like something on, or even in Miami. But it's just like, I don't know. UNC is like, oh, we eyeing that. Like, hey, man. All right. And it's that week 3 game. You heard how TG talked, right? He said week 1, it's usually the layup. Week 2, we tuning it up. Week 3, it's like, yo, let's get action. It's activated. That's the week 3 matchup. That's the we getting activated matchup. All right. So it's gonna get interesting. I'm excited for it. I tell you that. Shout out to my partner, them Sam Daniels down there coaching the D-line too, man. If you know, 757 in the building.
Are we doing something for this college football 25? Like,
I don't know yet. We need to talk about it.
We're like a month away, month and a half away.
We definitely need to talk about it, man.
Are we trying to? Is it going to be like podcast associated or?
I'm open. We can
Do
talk.
I just jump on an online dynasty low key, or should I start with? I don't know. I'm just throwing out. I don't know. Yeah,
these are good questions right here. These are definitely good questions. We could definitely entertain these things, man. I'm about to say I like how we talking right now. We could definitely entertain this though. Facts.
Yeah, I don't know where you're
Facts.
at. I'm definitely doing one. I still don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it, but stay tuned.
All right, respect on that. Respect. Well, we definitely stay in tune. And I also forget, too, it was some UFC fights this weekend as well, man. I see you, Trevor Payne, bringing up some of the content that was happening out there, man. Islam Makhachev, you remember him, right? Lil Khabib, next coming of him. Dustin Poirier, right? You heard of that one, right?
Yeah. Both
so
of them, yeah.
They went to war this week, man. It was dope to see them 5 rounds. Islam chokes him out at the end. Craziness, man. Epic fashion. Yeah. But it was dope. It was dope to see him get tested like that, man. But, yeah. Lil Khabib just checks off another one, bro. It's insane. All right. And shout out to Rob Lightfoot. He didn't clarify if he went to South Carolina or not, but he did confirm that South Carolina fired their head coach after the loss to JMU in terms of the baseball team. So I like that. That's very positive. That's cause and effect. Shout out to the Dukes. All right. So with that being the case, let's go ahead and start the show like how we always do, baby. Go ahead and let us know in the comment section where you are tuning in from. And then that way we'll give you those big boy shout outs to start today's show. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel or to just celebrate JMU, just getting a tournament victory in baseball, College World Series, just what they call them, like everything school. That's what they be saying because they're like good at everything. It's craziness.
Lifted Ones, tuning in from the 916. Should I go to the KC game and smoke that holiday pack or see us whoop that exotic jungle cat with the Bengals?
Ooh, the exotic jungle cat is fire. Can never go wrong with that. But I heard that holiday pack hit different, bro.
Yeah, so you're going to be skipping on opening presents for sure and
Big
family
facts.
stuff on Christmas. Like, if you're good with doing that, I think the KC game's the one to go to.
Why you gotta make it like
I'm just
that,
being
bro?
real
Why
about
you
it.
gotta say it so like now he might be feeling guilty about it? Yeah.
I'm being real about it. Now, you could bring your family down.
Yeah.
Maybe you make the game the Christmas festivity for the year.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, depending on where you're traveling from.
Yeah.
It could definitely work. It could definitely work. I ain't mean to cut you off. Shout out to Vince McGee.
The Bengals game's going to be cheaper, I'll tell you that.
You think so?
Yeah, because...
Oh, never mind. Yeah. It's Christmas and it's Mahomes.
Yeah. Actually, the Christmas game's the only one I don't have a ticket to right now. My people sold my ticket for that one because of how much... they were just like, sorry, Deke. This one's making too much bank right now. We're going to sell the Christmas one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. I love it, but that's crazy,
So
bro.
I might be home watching the game on TV for Christmas.
Dude,
around my family.
They said, "No, look, man, we could just this flip game a little too real."
Yeah, I think it's up to like $300 or $400 right now. Yeah, and those are like upper deck seats.
No, respect. I know exactly. Yeah, respect.
The Bengals game, you might be able to get in for around 100.
Definitely. If the financial element is real and is present in your decision, Bengals can't go wrong with Bengals, man. And it's division. All right. And hopefully, if all the stars are out, everybody's healthy, that game could, be even more exciting. Because we obviously know the past couple of years, man, injuries have kind of, hurt it a little bit, man, from a marquee standpoint. But no, that definitely is the vibe right there. Definitely is the vibe. I wasn't trying to cut you off, but my man, I told Vince McGee, because I totally forgot this also happened this weekend. You heard of Deontay Wilder, right? You know
we
Deontay
were talking
Wilder?
about him last week.
Bro, he was fighting this weekend, bro. Hey, it's over, man. It's over. It's over. He got knocked out like bad, bro.
He's on his Pat P arc.
Bro, it's past that, bro. The Pat P was the last fight, and it was kind of like, all right, maybe. And then this was supposed to be he's locked in. He then came back. He dropped a little IG vid doing all this head movement. He getting his fight deep, bro. Man, it hurt me to see him get hit like that. And they just walked on. I'm like, bro, where are you walking to? You go. I'm gonna send you the video one of these times, bro. He's walking away in the middle of the fight. It's like, bro, you are tripping. And then I thought it was night, bro.
Man.
Completely lights out, bro. Yeah,
That's tough.
it's tough, man. It's tough, but that's what they say. Father Time's undefeated, right? Yeah.
He's not that old though.
But Father Time, it's not. Everybody's Father Time ain't the same. Father Time for some people just
That's fine.
He came knocking a little bit sooner for my man. But that just don't even do that no more. Just go off to the sunset, man. It's time.
Barbershop Auto is tuning in from the 805, Thousand Oaks, California. Only close game to me is the Raiders, but $600 for the cheapest. That's a
Vegas.
no for me, dog.
That's Vegas. Yeah.
Back-to-back seasons out in Vegas.
Yeah. And it's a spectacle. That's what they say. Anything that's out there, it's like crazy pricing.
Week 6, I think that is. Week 6 or 7. It's in October.
I mean, it's dope for, I'm trying to even figure out how to spell. I'm like, for Vegas itself, like the stadium is dope because you got the best of both worlds of I got NFL games, but also got destination. So you're always going to have a market, which is why they always going to jack them tickets up like that.
David Decker, 585, Rochester, New York, Moats and Deke. What is up? My coach, my first Challenger baseball game. Everyone bats and runs the bases, and you should get Russ in the chat. Well, Russ, we don't have to tell Russ to get in the chat. He could be in the chat. Nothing's stopping him.
No paywall. Everybody gets it for free, man. That's why we don't complain about like the ads and stuff. It's like, hey, bro, everybody free. Just tap in, man. So yeah, whenever you want to get in.
In terms of getting an interview, that's a different story.
That definitely different.
That may
story.
take a conversation or two.
Very true. Very true. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see.
The Don Hefe from the 323 Watts, California.
Shout out to the 323 Watts, California. Let me tap in real quick. I got a couple I'm going to get on. Then after that, man, we're going to go ahead and start this here show. Because we got X Concepts in the 724 Claridge, PA. He says, Russ. Oh, nope, I ain't reading all that, man. But he says that he's going to get activated this season. He's going undefeated. That's where we're going to leave that at. So shout out to you, X Concepts. Then from there, my man Rum Hut in the 204 Winnipeg, Canada. Shout out to Winnipeg, Canada. And he says, hope I can get down to a game this year. Go Steelers, man. I hope you can as well, Rum. All the way out in Winnipeg, man. That's the West Coast. I think that's the West Coast side of Canada. I could be off though, but I definitely hope that you're able to make it down, man. And Danny Abrego all the way in Caldwell, Idaho. Shout out to Idaho. And it looks like you're not the only one out there because Fred Ramirez is in the 208 in Idaho as well. Bro, we got double Idaho people up here today, bro. Shout out to Idaho, man. Shout out. Then the last one I'm going to end it with is the one and only homie, Ryan McPherson. You remember Ryan McPherson in the 480 Gilbert, Arizona. He says, Russ holding it down with Kenny Chesney and Kenny Wood. Whole lot of Kenny in Pittsburgh still. So what's going on in Kennywood, man? Is we got Steelers out there at the park. I seen DC53 say, yo, Justin Fields is at Kennywood. What's going on at Kennywood today, man? Why you in at Kennywood, bro? What's going on, man?
Maybe it's a Steelers field day.
Are you a roller coaster guy?
I am, yeah.
Serious?
Yeah. Big roller coaster guy, actually. Those are the only rides I like.
What?
I don't like the spinny ones. I hate those.
But you ride you a roller coaster dude?
Yeah. I haven't been to an amusement park in a minute.
Just in general, because some people are and some people aren't, man.
Yeah, definitely roller coaster.
Wow.
Like Cedar Point, rode all the ones up there. Dragster, Millennium Force. I don't know if they got any good ones that are new up there, but yeah, I think I rode all the best ones that they had.
You're with it, like, bro.
Yeah, I like roller coasters, but I'll be honest with you, I haven't been to an amusement park in a minute, so I don't know how I'd be feeling right now.
Deke, I don't know why I just did not expect that from you. You just seem so like reserved, so chill, so just like,
hate those
that's
ones.
too much for me, man.
At some point, I started getting like nauseous and stuff after doing the spin rides.
Yeah, the spins could be a lot. They could be a lot.
Yeah, most of my growing up and stuff, never did, but I think it was just one random year. It just I started getting nauseous. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's something happens as you get older and like almost like your taste buds.
Yeah, no, that's really
as a kid. I like tomatoes and cottage cheese. I would never eat them. I would never eat them now. Never eat them. But I used to eat tomatoes and cottage cheese. But at some point, it just said no, not for me anymore. It's the same thing with the spinny rides.
Wow.
At some point, it was just like, yeah, this isn't for me anymore. I don't know why I'm randomly getting nauseous, but I can't do this.
So I gotta see if you just enjoy rides or are you actually crazy. Where do you sit at?
I'll go front.
Oh yeah, you're crazy then. Shout out to you,
bro. I think I went front on the
drag
strip. I think I did.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely front.
Respect there, bro. I like that.
Yeah, if I can.
I like that. Yeah.
Sometimes those are the longer waits,
but if you belt that life, it's worth it.
I don't know if I'm washed in that respect, though.
I'm about to say, because that's a different vein. Like,
I'm
you can get away with it in the middle. That front,
I'm telling you, it's probably been.
Bro.
How old am I now? Okay, it's probably been 14, 15 years since I've been to an amusement park like that.
Okay.
I'd say 14, 15 years. So
I'm interested.
I don't know if I'd have the same feeling right now going.
I like it, man. Bro, we need to take a family.
Yeah, if I went to amusement park, if I went to Kennywood, maybe I'd just be shooting hoops. Maybe I'd just be doing that, playing those type of games.
But you never know. We need a podcast field trip.
Yeah.
We need podcast field trip to Kennywood, man. Or because Kennywood's close out. Yeah, because Cedar Point, that's what, about an hour? What, 2 hours?
I think 2 or 3.
Yeah,
it's in Ohio.
Yeah. Shout out to you though, bro.
Yeah. So what's your vibe?
Oh yeah, so I'm very similar in the sense that I've always been like diehard roller coaster, right? Since a kid, I've always rode roller coasters, whether it was with my dad, but I also have what I like to call my gangster grandma, because she rides roller coasters too, and she sits in the front seat, so she was the one who actually introduced me to sitting in the front.
Okay.
And I'm with you on terms of the weights be crazy long, but after riding in the front, it's kind of like, yeah, you get why the waits that long, because you see everything first dibs. So yeah, now. Similar to you though, I have not been back to Kennywood or haven't rode or been to like an amusement park. Probably while I was still here in Pittsburgh, 2016, 2017. Cause yeah, me and Danger, shout out to Jordan Dangerfield. Every summer, like OTAs and stuff, we would always do like a little trip, hit up Kennywood, take the little kids and stuff like that. So I haven't been back since then in terms of like riding. And yeah, whenever we did Disney, we never did like the rides outside of, like Tower of Terror. Okay. So yeah, so it's like, but even with that, it was like, yo, some people scared. I liked it. It was fun. Got to sit in the front too. So yeah, man, I like it, bro. But we're gonna have to find out, cause yeah, I might chicken out now. I don't know what my energy is. Like I said, it's a different headspace. Yeah, and I wasn't researching back then either. So I don't know what that's gonna look like. Like the first time I'm like zenned out, researched up, and I'm walking up to this here roller coaster, like, hey, bruh. It's a little hot today. That makes 2 of us. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know just yet, man. But we'll see, though. We'll see. But I'm going to put that in the suggestion box, man. Put a little think box over here, man. podcast field trip. Check out the amusement park, man. Have a little fun day.
All right, we hitting these supers now.
Yeah, man. Let's tap in.
First one is Tito Good Vibes. Gifted a Moats membership to the King Herc.
Man, shout out to Tito, continuing to be an absolute rock star at life on all the channels as well, man. And he said King Herc, right?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And also, man, for new upper room members or current upper room members, remember you currently have early access to the Troy Fautanu full play breakdown or full game breakdown Master Moats film session that we got on him currently, man. So definitely tap in, check that out if you have not done so just yet. But definitely salute you, Tito. Good vibes, man. Paying it forward, man. Like I said, definitely appreciate you from the heart, baby.
GF says, respect R. Wilson for him to be randomly just driving down East Carson Street on a Friday. Sees a bunch of us hanging outside the barbershop, rolls down his window, came inside, got a cut, and chilled for an hour. Even FaceTime Sierra.
Let's go, bro. That's dope, bro. I like stories like that, man. I like that.
Wow.
And shout out to the barbershop for showing them love, too, man. Because I know that can definitely be one of them sticking points, man, for athletes, new city. You need to get a cut. You don't know anybody out there, man, and you wanted to be loved. So the fact that y'all was showing love in the shop, man, salute y'all. And like I said, man, y'all cut him up nice in there too, man. So big time salute to that. And shout out to the FaceTime as well, man. I like that. He's not checking in, but he's communicating with his lady and letting everybody else kind of get a glimpse of, oh yeah, that's Sierra. Just a casual.
And
he's casual.
Not just doing these high profile events.
You peep game,
this
right?
This is something,
yeah, the people, bro.
Yeah, we may
game,
never
right?
know about. I mean, obviously, it's been thrown out there on social media.
He didn't put it out there.
Right, exactly.
Right, yeah.
This wasn't like a planned thing.
Yeah, this is kind of like when we see some of the reports about him going to Children's Hospital. It's like, it's not cameras. It's not a whole bunch of pomp and circumstance. It's just, yo, that's just who he is. And that's the part where I'm like, with Russ, it's like, bro, you can get on certain things about not you specifically, like people.
What are we missing though here? Because it seems like everything he's been doing is great, and he seems genuine to me.
But this, from the way people communicate it, is more similar to him in Seattle.
Okay.
Earlier Seattle, where it was, yo, he's hungry. He's trying to prove that he still is who he is. He's trying to prove himself in this new area. And this is more of that, where they say is when he went to Denver, bless you, they said he was a little bit more heavy-handed. Kind of came in on the, bless you, I am who I am, this is my office. You got
me on the bless you before.
Man, you know I got you, baby. Nah. But yeah, it was kind of like that. He had his personal office. This is space. Like, it was big deal, Russ. I just think because of how we acquired him and everything that's transpired those previous 2 years, I just think it's just a more, getting back to who he is type Russ versus the let me try to say the right things, do the right things, and make it look like I'm checking off boxes versus now, as you're seeing and as I'm seeing, it's kind of like, it just seems like authentically who he is versus it trying to be forced. Or what was he said in what was his little slogan that he had in Denver?
That's right.
Yeah, it's like, yo, we ain't got any of that. It's just like, yo, he's just vibing right now. He's just doing whatever he's supposed to, like, yo, that's the stuff that I like. And as long as he keep doing that, man, I think he's gonna be all right, yeah, man. Because people like that, man.
Yeah.
They don't want Hollywood. They want that. They want dudes that aren't afraid to just pull up, kick it, vibe out. But at the same time, when it's time to turn on them lights on that field, they got that dog in him.
Black and Yellow, Texas Steel. Darren Waller's new song is fire.
Hey, shout out to Darren Waller. I think he's actually retiring. That's what the rumors are. I know he didn't drop the diss track to the chick. What was it Kelsey Plum? Yeah, he was dating her. They broke up. Or was he married? They might have been married. Or they just engaged. I don't know. Were they married? They might have been married.
I think they were married.
I think it was married. Divorce, yeah, it's a divorce. But he dropped the diss track to her. Shout out. Bro, like, he just got a lot of time on his hands right now, bro. So he dropped the diss track, and then he came back with like a little follow through, like spoken word type of vibe, poetry thing, talking.
Podcast is probably next.
Yeah, I just don't know where he was going with everything. But yeah, it goes from, yo, you supposed to be the man about to be playing for the Giants, help my man Danny Dimes out. Now it's like, yo, I think he on the retirement vibe. I just don't know how it got here so fast, because I just felt like 6 months ago we weren't here. Now it's like, bro, are you about to go AB on me? Where are you going? Like, because it was out the blue. But I'm like, yo, sometimes, man, if you're in a relationship and you stress that it ain't doing what it's supposed to, like, that can have you tripping out sometimes. So I get it. It's just the diss track, the music video, and then everything else is like, oh, all right, bro. Just take your time, man. Just take your time.
GF says...
Oh, it was another diss track this weekend, too. Shout out to CJ Gardner-Johnson.
I don't know about this.
So he shot a whole diss track towards your man AB, Antonio Brown.
Nah.
Swear. Called him broken everything. Talking greasy to him. Yeah. I think he has a music. No, because it started out was he had dropped a music video, right? Random song, just like, yo, I'm going to be a rapper, right? It's the summer. Stand on the kind of like what L. Bill did when he did the Skip Bayless stuff. He's like, all right, cool. It's harmless, right? ABCTESPN gives it a review. Obviously, he calls it trash. Wasn't a fan of it. So CJ, in the midst of you got Drake and Kendrick beefing and everybody else that's been going on, he was like, I'm gonna get activated. So he drops a whole diss track. AB responds by basically saying some unsavory things about what he plans to do with CJ Gardner-Johnson's mother of his children. Yeah. And then apparently the mother of the children was communicating back. So it was like all type of crazy. Yeah, it was craziness, bro. But shout out. It was a lot going on.
That's a typical AB move, though. I mean, we've seen this play out many times. I was going to say he either does that or does he pull up his like 6-year stats whenever he was like the best receiver in the league.
You're right. It's one of the other, bro.
And say to CJ, like, who are you? Look at what I did. 6-year stats.
Yeah, it's one of the other, bro.
Hall of Famer. Yeah. Hashtag CSTSPN.
CTSP. You don't even hit you with that. I was like, yo, are they beefing? Is this... And I was like, yo, he really dropped the diss track in response to the comments. And he was like, AB, you really came back. And AB was springing. He pulling up screenshots, him, DM in the chat. I'm like, bro, y'all are wild, man. Like, what has gotten into the air? What is in the water right now? I thought everybody was vibing out, man. It's supposed to be nice outside. But I heard one time, man, I was listening to this 50 Cent song. He said, it's hot outside. You know what I mean? That's a good enough reason for it to get trouble going on, That weather start changing, we start acting the fool, man. It be like that. It ain't no other. It's just hot outside. That's a good enough reason, man. All right.
Shador Sanders dropped a song too.
I missed the Shador
401 or 410 says.
So I missed Shador. I know Shador had his beef going on with his little old teammates about a month ago because the old teammate took a shot at his daddy and then he came back at him. So I missed any of that. But I did also see Cameron going at Anthony Edwards and Adidas. I was like, yo, everybody's got something going on right now. Everybody got something going on right now, man.
It's warm out.
Yeah. It's hot outside, bro.
I like that as a reasoning.
Yeah, that's what 50 Cent said. It's hot outside, man. That's a good enough reason, bro. So, yeah, you get hot outside, bro. People just start acting different, talking crazy. It's like, I'm just trying to stay out the way, Deke. I'm just trying to stay out the way. But there's a lot going on right now, man.
How you feel about this take from Tom Jade? Rule number 1, don't speak about your relationship in public.
I'm back and forth because obviously I typically am not as public with my relationship, but we still do, talk about it publicly. I'm back and forth though, man. I will say this though. You don't open your relationship up to everybody. The main stuff keep between y'all because y'all can recover and talk because y'all are connected here, whereas the outsiders, they don't have that same level of respect, affection, commitment. So that person in your ear might be saying, bro, F Deke, man, move on. But my commitment to this person is, nah, bro, we done been through it, man. We done had a lot. We both are invested. We both have done certain things. So where can we both be better at to make this thing keep going? But if they ain't got that type of commitment to that person, their messaging is always going to be a little bit different. And typically it's a lot more people that don't have successful relationships or long marriages than it is that do. Hence the reason why you look at the statistics for marriages, divorce rates, they are as high as they are. So when you think about just the advice that you get from the crowd, it's like, bro, how many of y'all are even in good relationships? But yet y'all got all the commentary about how to have a good relationship. So that's why I be like, yeah, try to keep the main stuff just in-house, man.
Right.
Yeah. But I do think it's important, though, to publicly talk about each other, though. Because, they want to feel, and we want to feel, like I'm acknowledged. I'm not a ghost. I'm not in the back behind the scenes. There's one thing between being private and being just a ghost. Private is cool. Ghost, Yeah. At least from my perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
GF says, not my shop. Been going for years. It's called Cutting Up Barber on East Carson Street.
Respect then. All right. Shout out to Cutting Up Barber on East Carson Street. And Carson got a ton, man. So the fact that, bro, right place, right time, man, that's all it takes. I love it, though. Love it.
Someone's got to warn Russ about the South Side, though, and when to be down there.
No, facts, man. Facts. Because it can get crazy. We don't do that South Side, bro. But it looked like it was light outside when he drove through, so that's why I thought it was post-practice, because the outfit is light out. I'm like, yeah, That's about the only time you want to be down there rest. All right. Once it started to get a little dark, just hit it. Just go. All right. Just go. Yeah.
Mike, shout out to the chat. Mr. Moats and Digler. Moats, golf does that to you. Play mediocre and hit a good shot. Brings you back the next time. I handicap. I love golf.
Big facts, man. I'm telling you. Deke, I started out, right? Because I did a little 9. And probably the first 2.5 holes, because I didn't get a chance to, like, warm up. I ain't hit no range. I was just kind of like, it wasn't like what I was liking. I didn't like what I was seeing. Deke, then I hit this 3-wood. About 200 yards out, set it on the green.
Yeah.
It ain't matter what I did the rest of the day. Because I hit that shot, I was like, oh, I'm back. Then I had another drive. It was downhill, but I did one of them cool tricks you do where it's like, oh, what you call the dog leg, and they could jump over the... I wasn't intentionally trying to. But the execution...
Now you know you can do it.
I know I can do it now. And I was really upset because it was 2 times that I wanted to call you up. I wanted to call DD Smalls because y'all my golf people. And I was really upset.
You were going to call?
Bro, because they were so fired. I had 2 shots that were so fired. That first one, I'm telling you, right? Off the tee, downhill. It's about 220, 230. But it was downhill. So that's why I kind of got away with it. But I jumped over the big trees. And I thought I hit the trees and I was done. As I'm driving around, I'm like, yo, I cleared it. And because I cleared it down here, it was like one of my best shots I've ever hit in my life.
Nice.
So I was like, yo, I was hyped, but I was pissed because nobody saw it. And then, no exaggeration, same hole. I can't make this up, Deke, same hole. So from there, I literally go driver. I'm about 90-ish out, pitching wedge, right? I'm fringe, and it's time to chip. I sink it off of the chip. I'm not on the green. I'm in the little rough on the edge of it.
Yeah.
And I do the chip. It looked like Tiger
birdie.
Woods. Bro, yes. And that's why I wanted to call you and David because I'm like, bro, not only do I have my best drive shot, but now I have this like crazy long like chipping that I've been working on and it actually hit, did the long roll, the slow drop. I'm like, yo, I'm jumping there. If anybody could have saw me today, bro, they probably thought I was tripping because I'm like, yo, let's go. I'm hype. And yeah, nobody was there to see me. So I was really upset about it.
Good thing you didn't get a hole in one at least.
Oh, I would have been sick, bro. I realized it's like, yo, certain shots you want people there for.
Yep.
And those were the ones I was like, I wish somebody could have been here to see this today, bro. But it was a vibe, though, bro. Definitely was a vibe.
Jacob Ramirez, I sat on the front seat of the Goliath at Six Flags.
Let's
200-foot drop, almost straight down.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to roller coasters.
Let's
have
go.
a good week, y'all.
Hey, shout out to you, Jacob, man. I love that, man. Love that. Shoot, yeah, man. That was our thing, man. Whether it was, because I was saying Virginia, we got Busch Gardens and Kings Dominion. But yeah, we trying to ride every single ride, bro. Then we went to Atlanta. We go Six Flags. We try to ride every single ride. Yeah. Have you ever had the roller coaster breakdown while you was up there?
No.
Shout out.
I got to witness some
Yeah.
janky stuff.
Facts.
It was the dragster, Cedar Point. Like, there's a couple times it won't make it all the way up. It's got to come back down.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah, got to witness that.
Nice.
As I'm waiting in line.
So, I've only seen it get stuck. Now, this is King's Dominion. Was it King's Dominion? I call it the Volcano. It was like this like super crazy like drop they used to have. And once again, me and my grandma, right? Shout out to Gangsta Grandma. We had just rode the ride, but because we're like, we want to get back in line, ride it again. We get back in line. We wait. We're 2 people before we about to go. Can't make this up. It's this big 200-foot drop. Once again, it gets stuck at the top.
Oh, my.
Yeah, bro. And the people have to get out and they have to have them walk
No,
down. I promise you. I said never. I said I could never, bro. I could never. That stopping, and then it was another one where it got stuck in the loop. And after that, I think those were probably the last times I rode that particular ride. Because I was like, the 2 times it got stuck, I'm like, one was up top and they had to walk down, and the other was on the curve. And I'm just like, or the little flip. I'm like, oh. Like, I couldn't imagine, bro. Like, my anxiety, just everything, bro. I would lose it. Yeah, that'd be a lot right there. That'd be a lot.
Yeah, there was definitely a guardrail on those steps, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, because you're at the beginning part. So it was literally like just the front to get up. But if you're at the front of that thing, you're all the way close to the tip top. If you're midway to the back, it ain't as far, but you still got the walk.
It's still
That's a walk, bro.
It's a walk, and
yeah.
I mean, it's probably not the most secure steps either, right?
Yeah.
Probably see through a little bit.
Yeah, you can see all of it. And that's the part where I was like, yo, I would have, yeah, I don't want to say my bowels would have released, but it was like, hey, bro, it would have been bad, man. I'd have been pretty nervous, bro. Pretty nervous.
828 Style. What's up, Deke and Moats? It's been a while since I was able to chat. Been grinding hard.
Let's go.
I've been listening, though. This year is the first time in about 4 years I'm thinking Super Bowl. If the quarterback play is right, my sleeper is CA3.
Ooh, all right. Interesting. I likes that. I definitely likes that.
I like how he's been talking.
Man.
He was hyping up Roman Wilson, saying they got a good relationship and everything. And he's talking highly about Arthur Smith and saying basically, if you're not bought into Arthur Smith and his system, like, why are you even here?
Yeah, it's real.
I like that. It's going to be interesting to see what his role is, though.
Now, Noriega,
a lot of people in front of him right now.
Noriega just said Calvin Austin about to get traded. He was with the laughing. It was like a joke, but I was like, hey, man.
Well, that's his prediction.
Yeah, I was saying
CA and a pick to the Niners for Debo.
Or is it Ayuk? I've seen both names linked, man. I feel like national media was listening to our podcast, bro. They was checking us out.
Oh, really?
No, I'm messing. But they keep talking about Ayuk and Debo now, man. It's like, yeah, we talked about that.
We did.
Yeah, we talked about that.
That was happening over the weekend?
Yeah. It picked back up a lot more this weekend.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it is June 3rd.
Yeah.
Trade hasn't happened yet. We're still on watch, though.
Yeah. We almost there, though. We almost.
Cliff the Dark Knight. If we trade for Ayuk, I feel GP moves on. If GP is the guy, let's pay him now, because if we wait next year, he might cost $40 million with the market trending up. I don't even think we can actually pay him right now. Like we
gotta wait till his third year.
Can't.
Yeah, gotta wait to the third year by NFL rule. Any rookie that was just, drafted, or any rookie, period, they can't get any contract extensions until the completion of their third season. So we do have this season, right? But that's interesting, man. Your perspective on if we bring in Brandon Ayuk, that you feel like GP would want to move on. Now, the market is very robust right now. We obviously saw Justin Jefferson reset the market, right? Was it 4 years, $140 million deal? I think it was 89. Was it 89.5 or something like that? That was like the fully guaranteed portion, which they said broke the record for non-quarterback guarantees.
What was the 110 number I was seeing?
That's what I'm trying to fit. I think that was the signing bonus part. I could be off on it. I could definitely be off on it. I could have said that wrong, but whatever.
He's getting 35 per year.
35 is the number. Yeah, 35 per year is the number, and yeah, it's a ton of bread, man. Let me make sure. I literally just had this number up there, bro.
What's Tyreek Hill getting? Because this number actually seems about right.
I thought Tyreek was getting 33.
Yeah, I thought
he was at 33.
Was actually going to be pushing 40
so
maybe.
Here it is. So it's a 4-year, $140 million deal. The extension, they count it as an extension, though, so that's why it has 110 guaranteed in totality. Okay. That's what they're talking about. But in terms of the new money he's receiving at signing, it's 88.7 mil fully guaranteed, and that's the number that will surpass Kirk Cousins' deal. If I remember correctly, when he had his Vikings one, was like the straight guaranteed portion of it. Yeah. But they also said that this is, like I said, man, the highest paid non-quarterback salary in NFL history. Going to be averaging $35 million per year. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Let's see. And in terms of the cap hit, no.
I feel like they're getting him out of value.
That's what I'm looking at. Yeah.
Weirdly enough, 35 is the most out of all the receivers, but AJ Brown's getting 32.
Yeah.
I think Justin Jefferson is way better than $3 million per year over Justin or AJ Brown. I think he's you know what I mean.
When
I think
AJ got his deal this year too, right?
Yeah, got the
CeeDee Lamb is up. CeeDee Lamb is going to be interesting. He's the next one. His numbers are the closest to Justin Jefferson in terms of Pro Bowls, All Pros, yardage. Justin Jefferson has, I think, 700 more yardage, receiving yards, but CeeDee Lamb has like 5 more touchdowns than Justin Jefferson.
But that's with Jefferson missing what,
a whole season? Year? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a Cowboys fan, you're probably not liking this. Because CD's going to want more than that.
We thought that who the man that just got paid the oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank on my man that just got paid 2 weeks ago. We said reset the market. It wasn't Amon-Ra St. Brown, even though he got a big check too. Waddle, that's what it was. Jalen Waddle.
27.
Yeah, we thought that was having an impact in terms of resetting
28,
the market.
I'm sorry. 28.25. And I think that's more along the lines of what Ayuk should be getting paid, around that 27, 28.
I'm with you.
I wonder what he does when he sees an A.J. Brown getting 32 and then you got Jefferson getting 35. Like, yeah, you shouldn't be getting Justin Jefferson money. Amon-Ra St. Brown, all right, he got 30. Maybe you have a case, but let's be real. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's had some better numbers than Ayuk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, more consistently, just all-around better raw numbers.
Could you make a case he had the better quarterback, though?
I think that's up for like Purdy. I think Purdy played good
they
these
both,
last 2 years.
I'm talking Jared Goff. They both played dang good. That's why they both were NFC Championship. One took his team to a Super Bowl, right? Back-to-back years. You think about the Lions back-to-back years, what they've done. But if you look at Goff been balling.
Yeah, these last 2 years he's been good too.
It wasn't like
I
a
think
shot.
It's a debate,
I'm saying like I think that's a legit convo though. Yeah,
they've been top 10ish, Goff and Purdy.
Mm-hmm. That's my thing. I'm like, they both have played well, but I'm just like, who do you think has had the better quarterback?
I know Ayuk's got the better system.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
Right, because Ayuk better system, better team. We even saw in the head-to-head. But in the sense of just when we watch Goff these past 2 years in terms of just how we view him right now. That's all.
So what are you saying? Amon-Ra does deserve more than Ayuk?
I think if I'm Ayuk, I'm bringing up the quarterback to try to justify me getting 30 or 31. Because I'm saying to myself, hey, man, Jared Goff is a former top pick. Dude has already been to a Super Bowl. He done went to multiple NFC championships and all this other stuff. And, yeah, man, who are the other receivers that get targeted over there? Whereas for me, it's like, bro, I got Purdy. I got Debo. I got this. It's like, bro, hey. And I still produce, and I still gave you these numbers.
Well,
man.
that's why the 49ers might say, all right.
They don't want them, though. Yeah,
you're right. We do have all these other pieces we could do without you.
Right. But that's the argument. I'm like, man. Or do they move him from Debo?
Noriega dropped a report in the chat. Yeah, right. It could be either or, but he dropped something in the chat and said that Ayuk has been showing up or is starting to show up for the mandatory OTAs.
Okay, that's good. Because I was actually... I don't
know if that's good for us, but...
Well, this is interesting because we're going to be in a similar situation in a week. We need to know if Cam Heyward is going to show up for a mandatory mini camp, or is he also going to not show up? Because it's different when it's optional financially and just even how it's reported. But to hear at least Ayuk isn't allowing his contract negotiations to ultimately affect his judgment and expose himself to potentially being fined. That's the part. Because if you don't show up to the mandatory stuff, now you're getting fines. Now it can get messy. I just didn't know how they was going to go. Because once again, it's like, yo, if you're going to set out for the OTAs and you're trying to get this contract, outside of this being mandatory and that being optional, if you're still going to show up, what was the difference? Now, we know we could do hold ends where you don't participate. And I think that that's what Ayuk is doing.
Okay.
So if that is the case, shout out to him. I'm not covering it like that. But it's like, yo, we know that that's been more of the new wave. Dudes will show up and just not participate. But for Cam right now, we haven't heard about him even coming back just yet. So that's why I'm saying once it's the mandatory part, we'll see even in that vein, you know what I mean, just how both of these situations parallel a little bit.
Myron Bennett's predicting a Cam Holden. Just like TJ Menka.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cam's a smart guy. That's probably the way to do it.
I hope so. I just never thought that I would see Cam get to this point. It's like, yo, this Cam. It don't even feel right being down there and no Cam there. It's Cam. Why he's still an active player, too, not retired. Like, he's active. It just feels like you're missing something.
Now, from what I hear, from a work standpoint, he might be getting better workouts on his own anyway. But I do think there is something to being around the squad, being a leader, that camaraderie and stuff. Yeah,
so if we're, and just to clarify the difference, right? In the sense of him working out in the sense of like conditioning, skill development, stuff like that, I think conditioning wise, he can get better work on his own, but skill development, you can't get that without playing football. And that's kind of what we joke about when we see these wide receivers on the cone hitting 30 different stutters, cuts, drop back, this and that, spin this way, catch the football, then take off. And you're like, all right, that looks great. But now it's time to actually play. Can you apply this? Can you do these things and do them versus an actual opponent? So that's the only reason why I'm just like, I do think that in terms of his condition and stuff, that's going to be better than the work that you get with the team, because of the team. They got, 90 heads they got to worry about. Everybody's not elite athlete condition, and not everybody is, super lazy, out of shape either. So you kind of have to have a general plan for all of that. Whereas as an individual like Cam, I worked out with Cam. I know how he is. You got your own stuff. You got your training specialized for you. So that part, yes. And if you look at him, anybody that's seen him recently, he looks good. He looks the part. But in the sense of, man, you playing these techniques, you A gap, B gap, you playing the double team, you filling this pool, you getting your eyes back inside, that type of stuff, yeah, you're not getting that without actually playing. And that's what we always say, like, yo, dude, you got to play it to stay current and stay consistently good at it. And that's why when dudes sit out or miss time, it's like, man, you don't know what that's going to look like. And we've seen both ways of dudes that come back after a drop or a layoff and look good, and we've seen some dudes that don't look as hot. And that's the part where it's like with Cam, you just, all right, just be cognizant of that, because this is your first time where you're taking this approach.
TJ's holding,
he was here,
pull something. Well, yeah, he did the holding and everything, but I remember you were
the hammies and hip flexors earlier in the year.
It might have been the groin or something too. But like,
we had the groin pandemic. That was the Ben beating Josh Allen the game we went to.
Yeah,
because that was when he held out, got the check.
And
TJ
then balled out early on, and then it was like week 3 or week 4.
And Melvin Ingram took over, had way more opportunity. But then when TJ came back, that's when Melvin got upset and got the trade, because he thought his snaps were going to get cut.
But TJ had he ended up having a good season, but it was a weird season
because he had the soft tissue that he dealt with the whole year.
Yeah, he'd be like up and down a little bit. Right. There'd be a game where he'd just go off for like 3 or 4 sacks,
and it made the numbers on
another
average
game
look
or
good.
2. He'd disappear.
Yeah.
Like I remember Packers game, like I think he was credited with a couple sacks, but I was like, where was TJ Watt?
We both said the same thing. We were like, bro, we didn't feel any of this impact, but the numbers looked good.
And who else? I guess Minka Holden. He signed early on though.
Yeah.
I think we had him for all of training
TJ's
camp.
was the longest one, but his was also the biggest and most robust. Yeah. And at the time, it was historic for Steelers in the sense of, when we're about to pay a 9 quarterback, we typically don't pay them dudes this type of money. But TJ's lived up to it. Because remember that we had the whole argument, man, would you keep him for 30? He's like, for 30? That was the argument.
Yeah, ultimately I said, yes, I would do it because you're just going to have to, because he's the best edge rusher in the league. But I don't know what that's going to look like 2, 3, 4 years down the road when you're paying an edge rusher this portion of the salary cap, because it was unprecedented for
we had never seen that here.
Anyone on defense, for the Steelers to be paying anyone on defense that percentage of the salary cap, and that's even going back to like James Harrison and Troy Polamalu. So I was just intrigued, and he has outplayed the contract. Actually, he very much proved me wrong. Very much, because I think we got him at a discount with how he's played.
I would agree. I'm hoping the next guy that we just broke the bank for defensively, that we never done that before, Patrick Queen, biggest free agent deal, hope we get the same type of return on that investment too.
You see he's talking more shit.
I did, bro. How'd you feel?
He's a little bit more established than a JPJ. And he plays a different position. Yeah. He plays linebacker.
Very different, bro. The expectations, what you're exposed to, is different, man.
Yeah. So I don't mind it as much. It's Steelers-Ravens. It's him pretty much just straight up calling out the Ravens. Mm-hmm. And, I think that linebacker position, I think it just bodes better well for some shit talking than a cornerback.
Because typically, worst case, he could big hit somebody and it's gonna just have a different vibe. Even if he got burnt the play before, a big hit changes everything. That corner spot, it's just a different life out there, man. Like, it's less forgiving. A mistake out there is catastrophic.
I think it's a lot more mental too.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. Because you're the man on the moon. It's almost very similar to golf in the sense of, that's pass or fill. You don't got help when that deep ball is out there 60 yards downfield and it's dropping. You either going to make the play or you're not going to make the play. And we all see you. We all are either going to be walking down to where you're at, or we're going to be clapping as you're coming back to where we're at. But it's usually a bad scenario if we got to go to you. And, for them dudes, man, it weighs with them.
You want me to get the quotes?
Uh-oh. Talk that spicy talk. Come on, man. Give me that spicy P Queen talk, man. I like what I heard.
He says it's a better atmosphere here for me. Everybody is cool. The people are cool.
Shout
the
out.
players are cool.
Shout
the food
out.
spots are better.
Talk that talk.
I'm more of a true food guy rather than a seafood guy. It's just a better atmosphere for me here.
He done took a shot at the whole food propaganda. He said, I'm tired of y'all talking all this Maryland, these crabs. I'm tired of y'all talking about crab cakes and all that, bro. He ain't on none of that. He said he don't even like Old Bay. That's what he told me. He don't even like the Old Bay.
Now,
Shout
what's
out.
the deal with Louisiana? Is that more seafood? Because that's like where he grew up, went to
So
LSU.
it's seafood, but it's Cajun. So
Okay.
think of it like in less of just focal point of seafood. Think more on the spice, and that's like the Louisiana thing. Whether it's Louisiana fried chicken, it's gonna have a little bit more kick. Louisiana style mashed potatoes and gravy's got a little bit more kick. The shrimp, the seafood. So that's the Louisiana part. It's the seasoning on that thing. Yeah, Creole baby, come on now. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what that is. But I like the fact that he taking shots at the whole organization, the city, everything. I'm like, bro, if you're gonna do it, bro. Do it. Because we do need that type of energy. Now I will say, Atlanta Roberts has the same energy. He just isn't as vocal. And they both got very similar mindsets, and that's what I love about just both of those dynamics right there. Because they both gonna back that up. And they physical as heck, man. It's gonna be some pass popping. We need to get to that week, man. That's gonna be a fun one.
Well, it's gonna be a while till we get to that week.
Bro. We gotta wait 13, 14 games before we get to that, man. But then it's a quick
week
turnaround.
11. I don't know that specific game. Our first AFC North game's week 11. It might be the Ravens. Is the Ravens are bang? We play 4 in a row.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's why I was like, it's week 13, 14. Then that time frame, like bye week included, obviously, like the NFL week, not our week. Yeah. But yeah, man.
He also says he doesn't care what people think. It's the truth. I'm not saying anything bad about them. I'm just speaking the truth.
I'm just in my truth, bro. Hey, he said they seafood overrated. He said that Old Bay ain't hitting. He said the Old Bay tastes old. That's what he said. All right. And he said crab cakes is super duper overrated, man. Super overrated. So I like him, bro. Shout out. He said I like just food in general, not just that. Where your diversity at? Shout out to Pittsburgh, man. If you know, you know, bro. I like it.
Hold on. I wanted to read one more comment he had about, because he actually had a tweet.
He about to make me want to fire up something. Yeah, man. God dog, man. We did do the steak tacos the other day, Deke, man. I grilled the steak up, sliced it up, man. Hey, man, that might... Shout out, man. Shout out. I like your energy, Patrick Queen. I like your energy.
Okay. Yeah. He tweets out... I don't know who this is exactly directed to.
Oh, yeah. What is that? All right.
He says this. Actually, this is a long. This is a while ago. This is from May 3rd. But
shout out to Al Bundy though.
Maybe I guess it has some relation to what we're talking about.
We're gonna go with it. We're going with it.
Yeah, this is. I think initially when he signed here, a bunch of Ravens fans getting on Patrick Queen for going to a rival. But here's what he said: "Y'all funny if you think I'm pressed. Y'all was on my ass because you know what I can do against you. I love arguing, so you never get under my skin. And at the end of the day, y'all." Abby be famous people because y'all never amounted to... Okay, y'all average... Wait, what is this? Y'all Abby be famous people because y'all never amounted to anything in life. If you want to chat, hop on my stream. Going up in a few.
Hey, bro. He just shot at the fans and everybody. He say, look, bro. Y'all ain't gonna never done it anyway. I feel y'all here hating on me anyways. Hop on my stream, though. I like it. A little promotion at the end. Salute. Salute. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I like it. I don't like JPJ doing it, but I like this.
Why are we agreeing with that? I was like, I didn't feel as good about the JPJ one, but I do love this energy right here. I love it. Talk your talk, and because of him coming from Baltimore, like that was your spot where they took you. You was doing your thing, and it's like, hey, let them know what's really good, man. Now that also means flip side, Roquan Smith is gonna be turned all the way up to prove that he is the best linebacker when we play them. So we just gotta make sure that we know what that means as well. We ain't ducking no smoke, but just the cause and effect of it.
Yeah,
because it definitely go both ways. Mm-hmm.
All right, we got some more supers here.
All right, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to y'all with the supers, man. Shout out. Hit that like button one time, man.
We're just rolling here.
Yeah, hit the like button one time for the coach. And don't forget to subscribe, man, because y'all make the show fire, man. We obviously have our topics, but as we constantly say, man, if y'all are paying supers and stuff like that, man, we're always going to take time to react to your comments, man. So shout out to y'all for that, man. But he said it was a lot going on, Deke. It's a lot of action, a lot of activity, man.
Cliff the Dark Knight, follow-up question. How were Steelers able to pay AB after 2 years in 2012? My proposal would have been 3 years, $75 million for GP, $25 million a year, and that's more than Nico.
Yeah, so the reason it did in 2012, the rule was not the same. Back then, you could negotiate early, you could get deals done, but they were the big sticking point, if I remember correctly, with the most current CBA that would have been pre-COVID, right? Was that 2021? 2021 was when the new deal was done or whatever. But during that time frame, the rule had transitioned to where they said no longer can you negotiate ahead of time. And part of that was for the first rounders. Also for those it was mainly for people that got drafted. First rounders were different because they had the 5th-year option. So that was always going to be their complaint, but they wanted an opportunity to get a negotiation done before you got to wait till your 5th year. And part of that was because of the running backs. They talked about how L. Bell, David Johnson, Zeke, right? And they talked about how, man, if you can get these deals done in the 3rd year, then it allows running backs a better chance to get paid, and it allows first rounders to not have to wait to that 5th-year option. And now essentially it's 6 years into your career before you're truly, in some guys, 7 years if you got double franchise tagged as well. So they just wanted to open it up where you could get opportunity to do some negotiating before some of that type of stuff would happen. But that's the big reason why back then guys could get paid more than what they did, or could get the deal done sooner than what it is now. Very similar to the rules on draft contracts versus where they are today. When I came out 2010, you look at Sam Bradford, Joe Hayden contracts, right? Some of the most guaranteed money ever given out to rookies. Well, after a couple of seasons of that, 2012 time frame, right? It was right after the lockout, 2011, excuse me. They made a big change in that rule where they basically said we're going to cap all first round contracts and we're going to pay scale them. So now you don't have a rookie coming in getting $60 million, which is ultimately what Sam Bradford got. And the argument is this rookie that has never done anything at this level is getting paid more than the all pros, the champions. And they wanted to make it where those guys had to earn it. So you've seen now a first rounder, number 1 overall pick, might just get $30 million instead of it being $70 million, maybe even more when you think about how inflation and everything has transpired from 2010 when that deal happened to where we are now. So that's the big thing with it, man. They just have made little changes contractually to benefit players at times, but then they also have done things to cap some of the unproven guys getting as much money as they were receiving, because NFL like veterans and dudes that have been in the league, they weren't too happy about that. So younger guy, my younger time, you ain't tripping on it, but older guys, like, I definitely can understand that part of it. But going back to what you said about AB, that's ultimately why that was able to get done versus how they've made the rules now.
Gotcha. Yeah, good little history lesson there.
Yeah, man.
Because I was just looking up. I was wondering if he was forgetting that, like, AB
he came
was
in 10 though.
Yeah, he was a little irrelevant his rookie year. Really didn't do much. In his second year, he had the 1,100 yards.
So that's still after the 12th season was when he got his check, right?
No, it was after. No, it was. I just double checked. So it was 2010, 2011. We gave him the money heading into 2012.
Going into it. Respect.
We gave him the extension. That's because Mike Wallace took the money to go to the Dolphins, and it was freed up for AB. Respect. Yeah, I thought it was after. I actually thought it was after 3 years. That's why I wanted to double check. I thought it was after 2010 to 2012. We got the contract, but it was before 2012. It was only after those 2 years.
Respect, man.
He was banged up in 2012 a little bit. Only played 13 games, 780 yards. But then that's 2013.
Yeah, that's when he blew up.
Yeah,
and then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, just going, man.
And then downhill.
It is crazy too, bro. You said that was the first deal. What was that deal? Did we got the numbers? I don't even want. No, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, I did have it up. It's
just crazy.
I think like $9 million per.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It was 5 years. It was 5 years, 40 something.
Yeah,
that was the initial one, and then he got his big money.
The big deal
in the middle of that.
Yeah.
All right, that was Cliff the Dark Knight. Thank you for that.
Well, hopefully my dog get everything figured out, man. He ain't had no. Yeah.
We still don't know what the bankruptcy was about, though. Was that a business thing or is that personal? Or
I don't know. All I know is they said you can't fake it. So it's like whatever it is, he's going to have to let it play out and kind of go from there and just stay cash on deck. Yeah. You would give him a loan anytime soon? I don't think you need one. But, you know, as long as you stay cash on deck, you good. Who else? Man, because oh, no, it backfired on him. I was like, it worked for somebody, Soldier Boy. But it didn't work for him. It backfired. He had a situation where he was supposed to owe some money. He tried to do the file bankruptcy, so he went out to pay it. And then they came back and was like, you got to pay even more now. Yeah. How about to say that actually backfired. So hopefully it doesn't go like that for A4.
Yeah.
Because that would definitely suck.
Fish Momentum, Deke, Moats, and chat. What is good? Mr. Jack Myers Jr.
Shout out to Mr. Jack Myers Jr. Man, and life is good, man. We can't complain. Daniel Coleman is giving us more updates about Justin Fields being at Kennywood. According to Instagram is what he's saying. That's the caveat. But other than that, man, life's good. Official Momentum, man. Hopefully everything is good in your hood, baby.
He also says prayers to the family of Larry Allen.
Nah, respect on that, man. Like I said, anytime you lose somebody, man, it's tough. Don't matter who you are or how old they are, man, or what the cause was either. So, yeah, man, definitely prayers towards him and his family, man. Or his family, excuse me, on that one.
He also reminds us that Ambition is at Craft House live June 29th, 2024. He says, bring TG.
There it is. Man, I got to see if the homie should be in town. I got to see. Because it's youth football camp time. He don't miss any of them still as youth football camps. So he going to be in town. I just don't know if it's a camp during that time frame, but he be in town.
Okay. Anthony Manarino joined the upper room.
Shout out to Anthony Manarino and welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And that is it.
All righty. Well, if you've been enjoying the show thus far, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. You see Deke with the flowing hair, the big biceps showing in the Into the AM shirt. I'm Arthur, a.k.a. the Sneakerhead. This is what we do, all right? Rock with us. We're going to rock back with you. But let's get to this first official topic, Deke. And low-key, I don't even remember what it was. Now I got it. Underappreciated players. Man, there was an article. Shout out to the NFL.com. Like I said, man, constantly coming through with off-season articles, talking points, things to just react to. And it was funny because I think it was, where are we at? Who was it? I want to say it was Big Nori 828 Style when he talked about his sleeper player on the team being Calvin Austin III. Yeah. So with this article, which was written by Gennaro Felice of the working with the NFL.com and things like that. But he had wrote an article basically talking about, underappreciated players or underrated players on all 32 teams, right? And obviously, he had a Pittsburgh Steelers that he had to talk about. But the player that he specifically mentioned was Deshaun Elliott, the free agent safety that we signed from Miami this offseason. And he specifically highlighted certain things with him, talking about how, this is his fourth team in, 7 professional seasons. But when you look at where he's been and the style of play that he's had and the production he's had, it's not like what we would call like an NFL journeyman per se. This dude has actually provided quality snaps, starts, and the familiarity of being in the division. But then when he talks also about just the physicality that he brings and the versatility that he brings in terms of being able to play strong safety, free safety, and could play in that slot, and what that ultimately would do for Minkah Fitzpatrick in terms of allowing him to get back to his normal play and, being a little bit more freed up. Those are some of the big reasons why he specifically talked about Deshaun Elliott being our guy that, is kind of the underappreciated or overlooked type of dude. So figured, man, we'll react to that, see how we felt about it. And the chat, let us know, man, who you think is the Steelers' most underrated or underappreciated player currently on the roster. All right, let us know in the comment section as well, man.
Good question.
Yeah,
I like the pick a lot. It's tough just because we haven't gotten to see him in a Steeler uniform just yet. But I do like the pick. I'm gonna try to. Do you have a guy?
So I was
you go first.
Yeah, that's what I figured because I didn't want to just throw it on you like that. But
yeah,
I
was maybe gonna call off today. I just wasn't.
I know, bro. And look, man, it was you survived the concert, bro. You survived. I'm just happy to know that. All right.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna be here today.
I got eyeballs on you. I know my dog's alive. I ain't have to send the APB out. Hey, yo, man, y'all seen the homie? Where he at? All right, we good. We good. You know I'll do it. All right. So yeah, we ain't got to go there. All right. But for me, man. And shout out. I'm trying not to cheat, man, because they dropped some names in the chat, and I was kind of like,
cheat. I
was kind of liking one of the names they just dropped. I'm like, bro, why you had to drop that one? Because that's in like my wheelhouse right now. Obviously, being on the dark side of the ball as well. You know what? Bump it, man. No, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna copy you.
You going with Najee?
See, why you want to play, bro? Shout out to Najee. Why you want to play? I'm gonna go with. Ooh. Bumping, man. I'm gonna just go ahead and take my layup. All right, I'm gonna take the layup. I'm going with Landon Roberts, okay? Shout out to you. I'm gonna go ahead and call you out. J Tank 24-26. All right. I was leaning it. You said it, so I'm gonna just go with it. All right. And I ain't even want to try to play it like, oh man, I ain't look down here. Because yeah, that was a part. He was one of the names. I don't know. I think Darnell watched him because I was just watching tape on him. I was like, oh, I can see certain things, but I feel like I'm biased right now, so that's why I did not say him just yet. All right, but Landon Roberts, though, is the guy for me. I'm going to go with Landon, and I'll explain it real quick, man. When I talk E-Rob, think, number one, versatility, right, in the sense of the smarts, not in the sense of, man, he can go cover this guy, do that, but we've seen this dude run to Tampa 2, be the middle runner that we would say was Cole Holcomb, was Quan Alexander, right, when our other guys were struggling, the Michael Walkers, right? But then we also have seen this dude transition and be the thumper, the downhill guy that is literally punishing people. But then I think about when we saw him in coverage, man, and it was like, yo, you actually get the job done there as well. But then I also think of the leadership. I think of the availability when we were dropping like flies this past year. The only dude that was still remaining at the end was E-Rob. We went through that phase where like, bro, it's E-Rob and whoever. We don't know who the other is going to be just yet, but it's like he's still been here. And then even when he was getting banged up, we're like, yo, is he going to make it? And he still was showing up, still being a constant guy, not as athletic as Cole Holcomb, Quan Alexander, or even Patrick Queen. But his defining characteristic is he gives you that Vince Williams type of mentality, smarts, and physicality. And you can make a case that his athleticism might be a little bit better. But it's like, for me, man, when I watch him, it's like, man, I love his game. Obviously, I'm a fan of him. But I'm going to go E-Rob, man. So shout out to E-Rob and shout out to you. Like I said, Jay, make sure I shout your name out one more time because you got one of them crazy usernames, man, so I don't want to butcher your joint. But now, of course, the chat just jumped on me. But you know who it was. I shot y'all a little bit earlier ago, all right? So major love, major respect.
I'm going to go
J Tank. There we go. J Tank 24-26.
Way different angle on this, actually.
Talk to me, man.
Way different angle.
Talk to me. You said Dan Moore?
No, and it's funny, too, because I was questioning. I think Deshaun Elliott is a good pick, but I was questioning it just because we hadn't really got to see him in a Steeler uniform just yet, and what he means to the team and what he means to the culture and everything. Where at least with Landon Roberts, your pick, we got to see him for a year last year.
Very true.
And for all the reasons you said, I'd like Landon Roberts, but also even too just the fact that what do you have, like 100 tackles last year, and was the steadying presence with that linebacker core, and we're like thinking about dudes to try to replace him. Yeah. But he's just going to go out there and still do his thing. And what did he say? He just sticks to the grind. He
dark grind.
Yeah, he sticks to the dark grind and just doesn't care and just is going to keep working his ass
his energy,
off.
Bro.
Yeah.
I wish I could have played. That'd have been dope. I'd have been like, yo, I like your energy.
So
you crazy.
I think you're right with your pick. I don't think you could go wrong with several names. But how about this angle? Russell Wilson. So it's the same thing with Deshaun Elliott. We haven't seen him just yet. We haven't seen him in a Steeler uniform
Talk to me.
But the way Steeler fans are talking about Russ, man, I think he's underappreciated right now. Yeah. The way they're saying, like, oh, man, we need Fields in. You know, Russ is washed. Like, forget Russ. We need the more exciting guy in Justin Fields. It's like, to me, don't underestimate a heart of a champion, man. Don't underestimate, like, what a Hall of Fame franchise quarterback can bring to your team. We got to witness it here for 18 years with Big Ben, and I don't take that for granted. And you know how I was talking about Ben, even in his final couple of seasons. I was like, bro, these fans are running him out of town. I don't get it. Like,
So much in a hurry to get to the next thing.
So much in a hurry when if you look around at all the stuff that we have around Ben, like Ben ain't the problem. Yeah. He's not the problem. Like I would love to have him back for a couple more years. But now we're back to that, to where we have this like Russell Wilson's a Hall of Famer.
Bro.
He's a Hall of Famer. Like, listen, I know the Denver tenure didn't work out as planned, but still, we look back on last year and Broncos cut him after his last year, where he had 29 touchdowns and are paying like a $40 million cap hit just to not have him be there. Yeah. So you want to talk about underappreciated? I know that's more about the Broncos not appreciating.
But even with that, I've seen people, and we've talked about it on this show, where people have used the Broncos cutting him and saying, "I will pay him $39 million," and they say, "Well, hey, if they're willing to pay him this much, why should we even want him?" Absolutely. So you're spot on. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're getting to see the glimpses of it already this offseason and what I think his leadership is going to provide to this team and to this offense. So, I think he's a little underappreciated now. Like, so many people are already looking towards the future. Yeah. The future. Justin Fields. I can't wait to get Justin Fields out there. Yeah. Again, my big thing is always about winning. Who's going to provide us the best chance to win? I think right now that's Russell Wilson.
Low key, bro.
And I don't think, again, he's going to play bad enough for him to get benched, and I think he's going to play damn good. So it's going to be an interesting conversation about, like, what contracts are being divvied out to the quarterbacks and stuff at the end of the season, because the way Russ is talking, he wants to go for another 5. He wants to win championships. He wants to make Pittsburgh his final stop. But people look at the potential with Fields and want to overlook that Russ could maybe be the best option for you to win games at the quarterback position over the next 5 years.
That's legitimate, man. Because even with
5 years is a long time, too.
And the thing with Justin Fields, he's exciting, but he's still a project in the sense of we have to see him get to the level that when we're saying a washed Russ did last year, we can't even, if that was Justin Fields last year, we'd be saying, bro, you balled out. I think that's the difference also in the sense of, man, understand what Russ has accomplished and what what the expectations for him are now. And those expectations are because he set that bar up here. He set the bar as a top 5 dude. So we expect top 5 from him. But even when he's falling short of top 5, he's still giving you dang good. But now you can put him in a situation where he has more pieces around him. And now let's see, can he get back closer to that top 5-ish, right? Whereas with Justin Fields, he has the potential to be in there, but we haven't seen him put together a season. Heck, I mean, we talked about the Denver stuff, not even close to the Seattle stuff. And I think that that's the part where I'm with you in the sense that, yes, we're excited about Fields being here. Yes, we're eager to see him. And yes, he brings a lot to the table. But don't be in such a hurry to write off the dude that we know can cook, that has cooked, that has done it countless times.
And not only in the regular season. The playoffs, too. We haven't even seen Justin Fields sniff the playoffs.
Postseason, when it matters the most, he's been able to go on multiple runs.
Comeback wins, clutch, all that.
And he's been a part of it with, you could make a case, 2 sets of cash right in Seattle. He did it early on, Legion of Boom. Then in the back end, it was more him just kind of getting activated with Deke Metcalf and company, man. So that's the part where it's like, let's not overlook that or just fast forward and assume that Russ is 5 years removed from what we're talking about right now. It's like, no, this is the start of that window where he says he wants to play for 5 more. So let's see what it looks like. But I'm with you, man.
Yeah, like if he sucks after a month or 2, then that's a different story. But
and it's new
I don't think he's going to suck.
Right, but exactly, if he sucks after that month, that's new information. Because the same way we could sit here and praise Justin Fields and say that we think he's going to be the best thing since sliced bread, and he can come out here and stink the bed the first month. And now we be saying different these ways. I'm like, hey, man.
We should have never traded Kenny.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how I go. New information, man. But I heard Kenny's still killing it, though, man. All right. Kenny the man.
I'm not surprised.
We're going to find out, though.
Definitely not surprised. For multiple reasons, but yeah, I'm not surprised.
We're going to find out, man. I'm happy for him.
He was an off-season warrior last year. He was the off-season MVP.
Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that, bro. Heard the preseason's going to be fire. That's what I did here.
Yeah, so that's one reason I'm not surprised. But the other reason is, yes, I do think Kenny Pickett can still be a good quarterback in the NFL.
There it is. I like that. Consistency.
I'm standing by that take.
Hey, consistency, baby. Consistency. All right, so we did ask you guys, though, in the comment section to drop some of the names that you thought on the current Steelers roster that were underappreciated or kind of overlooked, so to speak, man. So let's see some of the names, man. Country Malik 48 dropping to Alex Highsmith. All right, okay. Rod Dollar brings up Miles Killebrew. I do agree with you on that.
I
Shout
like
out
that
to
one.
Killebrew. Special teamers don't get enough love, man. He did get paid, though, but he don't get enough love. You're right. Okay. The Don Hefe Quan says, Najee. Shout out to the Don Juan. Najee Harris. Got a couple Najees. Just learning also says Najee. Hannibal 090 says Najee. All right.
There's a case.
Okay.
For the way the podcast talks about him. I don't blame them for bringing up Najee.
There's been a lot of like him getting shipped out of here. Yeah, I can see that. X Concept says Russ could fall here as well. Obviously following suit a little bit with you there. All right. Okay.
We got Malvo trying to do a deep cut pick here by saying Trice.
Wow.
Come on, bro. He's just trying to be that guy. He's just trying to be different. Like, come on, bro.
He say, bro, just trying to be different, man. Why you want to do that today, bro? Respect.
Now, Steel Nation on Fire says Darnell Washington. I'd put that in a similar vein as Malvo's, but
Yeah.
you were
So this
seeing
was the
some
thing.
stuff from Darnell. You're saying
No, but this is the thing. It's different. Like, and that's why I said I'm partly biased. That's why I stopped myself, because to me, when I'm watching film with somebody, man, and I'm just starting to kind of like paint your picture of how you want to look at it, like what you're trying to like focus on. It's like I'm watching the block and I'm like really focused on that, and I'm like going through and trying to just find like good clips. It's like, all right, I see you're good, and then I see where you're not good at, but there's some hope with you're not good. I think we can improve you're not good. I don't think it's a talent or a Scotch. I think it's a little more urgency thing. And that's the part where I'm like, oh, that makes me in my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, bro. So if that's all you need to add, bro, that's a simple fix. So I am a little bit higher on him. But until I actually see him drop that out there, I don't need to just be, as eager to be backing that. Because yeah, if he hasn't shown me anything to believe that, and I'm just throwing it out there and it don't happen, they're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, hey man, Moats, you told Darnell about to take this next leap, with the film. I'm like, yeah.
Dude, we need a bold take from you like that, I think.
Nah, I see that.
We need something like that.
Nah, you want me to get uncomfortable. I like to seek comfort
We
now
won't
that I'm
hold it against
retired.
you.
Okay?
Trust me, we won't hold it against you. I won't.
You won't?
No.
They can't wait. They can't. They be like, yo, I'm tired of him. He think he know everything. He always got something slick to say in response, and he always smiling at the end of it. He think everything just happy. Nah, I'm tired of him. I can't wait to get on him. So yeah, I just be a little bit more calculated. Yeah. But I am feeling Darnell though, bro. Like I said, it's because I'm in that mode. I'm in that mode. So yeah. All right, let's see who else they saying though, man. Let's see who else they got. Keanu.
X Concept. How about this? Mike Tomlin.
Shout out to Coach T. He's always underrated. Are they still trying to fire him? Let's see, because they hot and cold when they weren't trying to fire him when we made it to the postseason, had the 10 wins, and then when we lost to Buffalo, it was like, yeah, fire. So I just didn't know how we felt.
See, I kind of think he's properly rated. Like, he's considered a top 5 coach. Like,
yeah,
I think that's good. But that's me.
Yeah.
A lot of people think he's overrated being in the top 5 and stuff. But I think
he's just polarizing,
from a national
bro.
media standpoint,
Yeah.
most will say top 5, and I agree with
Yeah.
that. But because we haven't done as
Mm-hmm.
good of big winning as we would have liked over the last 5-6 years, like that can be held against Tomlin.
Yeah, we've been more consistent than the big winning. So it's like that's part of why he is viewed how he's viewed. I feel like within even Steelers Nation, I think nationally it's a consensus like he's top 5. Nobody even debates that. I think within Steelers Nation it's very similar to the Ben Roethlisberger conversation that we had. People are such in a hurry to get to the next thing because they're impatient. Man, you've given us Super Bowls, you've given us constant winning, but hey, we're ready to get right back. We want to do it again right now. And if not, then hey, get rid of you, get somebody else. And it's like, okay, we keep talking about this process, and it's not a fear thing, but you just have to ask yourself, man, if you're the one who's making the investment, i.e. Mr. Rooney, how quickly are you in a hurry to move on from something that is a proven commodity that is still very much currently still getting it done in terms of the prerequisite to get any type of big winning, right? Postseason stuff. You can't make the postseason without winning in the regular season.
Yeah,
and
we're
that's
at least
the one thing
getting
that
9 wins every year.
constantly is given us. You're in those conversations. Now, we can make cases about roster. We can make a case about coaching staff postseason.
Some of that is on Tomlin.
Right, and some of that is on him. Yeah. But I think that as a whole, we have to understand that. And I think that that's how Mr. Rooney views it. And I think nationally it's easier to view it that way because they're not as invested emotionally. Whereas for us, as terms of the people that watch it, cover it as much and as closely as we do, you just feel those highs and lows a lot more. So after a while, when a dude has been here for as long as he's been, you might get that fatigue, not you specifically, but that person might get that fatigue a lot faster than the national person who just sees it from, over here versus the person that's actually here every day where you're like, bro, nah, bump that, man. We just ready to change something. It don't even matter. But the same thing that was said about 7, we just ready to change it. It just is what it is. Then we saw how many people lost their mind and complained when it didn't look like 7 anymore. Not even old 7, right? Because if Kenny was giving us even last year or the last year of Ben Roethlisberger, I don't think anybody's complaining about him. I don't think Kenny has any issues, right? If he gave us what Ben did his last year here. But the problem was we didn't even get that. So now you push this one or expedite this to get here, and people lost their mind when they was like, oh, this isn't that. And now here we are again. We'll see what Russ and feels, what that looks like. But that's kind of, the song and dance of just the NFL, man. Every team goes through it. It's the circle of life.
I tried to warn them. I tried. Seen a lot of Dante Jackson in here.
Ooh.
Alex Allgood says Dante Jackson can be way better than what we had.
I agree.
He actually should be because Levi
player.
Wallace took a step back last year and Pat P didn't live up to what we expected.
Yeah.
So Dante Jackson just kind of plays like what he did in Carolina. That should be a solid CB2 and it'd be an upgrade for us.
Listen, man, Dante can tackle. Dante can cover. Dante has size. Dante has experience. Dante gets his hands on footballs and creates turnovers. We're going to enjoy Dante Jackson if he's healthy out here this year, man.
They're saying we're underrated. David Decker, Moats and Deke is underrated.
Shout out. More you than me, man. Yeah, you're definitely underrated, bro.
I'll take that.
Yeah, you definitely underrated.
Yeah.
I'm overrated.
Better be underrated than overrated.
You're under. I'm definitely overrated.
I don't think so.
Yeah, man.
No.
No, I'm over. Yeah. I seen some Keanu Benton's in here too, though.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Dancing Bear. That was one. So, get y'all the back who I was processing through. Told y'all Darnell on offense, Najee on offense, Jalen Warren on offense. Defense, Highsmith, Keanu Benton, Elandon Roberts. That was kind of my vibe where I was at with it. I was upset because I wanted if Deontay Johnson was there, that was the first name I thought of. I was like, Deontay Johnson, most underrated person we've ever had, man. Don't nobody like Deontay. I don't know why y'all be hating. And I was like, yo, he ain't here no more. So I had to kind of go through my thoughts again. Yeah. And I was like, Edmonds. I was like, yo, he ain't here no more either. So
Edmonds is a good one.
Come on, man. You know that's my 2. I'm like, yo, but I have neither one of them on the roster now. So yeah.
TJ Watt could be an answer from a national standpoint, easily.
Nationally, yeah.
Easily.
Mr. Overlooked, anybody could just do that. Well, why hasn't nobody done it then? You see his numbers, man.
How about this? I was up in Cleveland a couple weeks ago golfing, and I was talking to some Browns fans, and they even admitted.
I was about to say, how did they feel about it, man?
They were like, yeah, we couldn't believe
you got to be careful, though, bro. They say birds of a feather flock together. You can't be hanging out with too many Browns people, bro. It's fair. Bad. It's bad for your juju. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, fair. I had to play some golf courses up. They play good golf.
Yeah.
Just take over the golf courses. Really. I put my Pittsburgh energy.
Okay. Yeah.
Brought that Steel City vibe to the golf courses.
Yeah.
Played good and got out. That's kind of what I was. I was there on a business trip.
There it is. He got in and got out. I hope you left an Iron City can out there too.
I know. I wasn't boozing at the time.
Oh, respect on that one. Respect.
No, they said legit though. They were like, I can't believe Myles Garrett won the deep boy. To be honest with you, they were like, he disappeared like the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks of the season, didn't do anything in the playoffs. Good. And they said, we look up and see T.J. Watt do this type of shit every game. Like, I was like, so why'd Myles Garrett win?
All right, so how did he win that? That's what we try to figure out. How?
I guess it's just the loudest Browns fans that don't know ball that you hear the most on the internet, and that's typically how it is, right?
Typically. It's usually the negatives are the ones that don't know
what they do. Because these people I was talking to, you could tell they were pretty level-headed about it. They were very, very reasonable in saying that, TJ's, he should have won over Myles Garrett. Let's just be real.
Yeah. I like the energy,
I appreciated them saying that.
I like the energy right there, man. All right, we did have one final one that came through. X Concepts, he wanted to ask you specifically, Deke. Is Amber, you know your friend, Amber Heard? is she underrated or is she overrated or properly rated? We know that she's being I think y'all
What's the deal with her these
I was about
days?
to say, man, I don't think she's
What's her rep?
going to the restroom on non-bathroom locations anymore.
That's what I mean. Is she like
so as long
removed
as she,
from that stuff like far enough?
Well,
But like,
I think it's a personal question,
it's staying under the radar. Where it's like,
personal
oh,
preference.
Wow,
how long is that? How long
maybe
does it need to
Amber
be
Heard
removed?
ain't that bad.
How long does it need to be removed?
I don't know.
What's your?
It's just we haven't heard about her in the news. It's almost
Right.
like an approach AB should be using.
Well, that's what I was trying to see though specifically. Like, if this is on a person's record, right? Is 2 years removed enough time, or does it need to be like 5 years to make sure like you really, really off that, or you willing to take a chance after like 6 months? That's the call. You know what I mean? Because it's like some people are gonna look at AB and be like, bro, I try to say, man, hey man, 6 months, man, he stay clean. Da da da. I'm rocking with him. Others gonna be like, hey, nah, I'm gonna need about 2 years just to make sure you're really there. Yeah, I just ain't know, man. Some people are risk takers.
Underappreciated. That's the question.
Is she
Underrated?
underappreciated or over, or would you say proper?
Yeah, what's her rep rate? What's going on with her?
They said you over here blushing, Deke. This crazy, man.
I haven't been keeping tabs, to be honest. So I don't know who we're stacking her up against.
I mean, because she got some bad tape. She got some, like, apparently she got good tape, but she got bad tape too. You don't want that on the tape. There's some bad tape out there, bro. The tape don't lie. That's what they say, man. The tape don't lie.
Yeah, maybe because she's been so low key recently. Maybe underrated at this point. Maybe there's a comeback. I don't know. Maybe
it's the comeback story, man.
Maybe I can get back to you. Do some research on what she's been up to.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just find hopefully bathrooms or where you go to the bathroom.
Yeah, maybe she's cleaned.
That,
maybe she's cleaned some things up.
Yeah, I hope so. Shout out. And yes, Noriega, sabotage Amber. There we go. Sabotage Amber. I like it, man. All right. Well, shout out to that convo real quick, man. We do got a couple more supers that are just pulling in, so let's address those, man. But don't forget to hit that like button if y'all rocking with us and subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby. We do appreciate you being here with us today, though.
All right, we got Cliff the Dark Knight asked us about AB. Hold on, I'm catching up here.
It should be Sean McCartney is what I see.
He says, with the signing of Jeray Jenkins, when did that happen? And who is that?
Don't do that, bro.
Do you think the Steelers are looking for a wide receiver too? Yes, we still are. We definitely still are.
Like
I don't think Jeray Jenkins changes that. And what will they do with all these receivers? I'm still excited for GP, though.
Can you not be like this, bro? Like,
just the truth.
Why you gotta be like this, bro?
We just gotta drop the truth. Jeray Jenkins, we just signed.
Deke, I wasn't ready for your reaction, bro. I'm sorry, okay? I just did a moment, all right? Just did a moment. Jeez. All right. Shout out to Jeray Jenkins, though. All right, shout out to Jeray. Believe came out, 2023. So he came out not this year. He came out last season. Was with Jacksonville, signed with Jacksonville following the draft last year. Played 2 preseason games with them, then ultimately got hurt, did an injury settlement before the regular season. Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to see where he was during that process, but it looks like he just kind of sat. I don't see him on a practice squad anywhere during that time frame. Did you? I don't see him. I know he had LSU. I know that's where he had his tape at and stuff like that. He was on the national championship team in 2019.
I'm not seeing much here.
Yeah. Interesting. All right, so we're about to learn about Jeray Jenkins real quick, man. So spent 5 years at LSU. During the 15-0 year when they won the Natty, he had 5 catches for 67 yards. But granted, we know the receivers down there were Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, free agent ever since he was cut. So, I don't think he was on a team last year.
Yeah. But they bring up, he got hurt while at LSU. Redshirt freshman, broke a leg. No, he broke his leg in high school. And that was why he redshirted at LSU his freshman year. Then he played sparingly throughout, became a part-time starter in 2020. Best statistical year was in 2021. 34 catches, 502 yards, 6 touchdowns. Then in 2022, he had 6 touchdowns to go with it. But speed is the major knock. 6'2", 204, though. Okay. And they said in terms of just the kind of review on him, they talked about how he seems like he's in glide mode when working around the field. Some of his route transitions can be effective from his smooth gait. However, NFL coverage will be quicker, more physical, often more anticipatory than at college. So they think that he could struggle to get separation. Fair enough. In the 2 preseason games that he had with Jacksonville in 2023, he had 2 catches for 32 yards also. All right.
No more Luke Barku on the team.
Correct. Yeah, we released Luke Barku,
cornerback,
in response to him.
He was like the XFL's defensive player of the year or something, or like their best corner. He made like their Pro Bowl
Luke
team.
was balling. Yeah, Luke was balling on there.
Yeah, and
he ain't the only, bro. It's been a couple of them former Steelers hooping down there. Shout out to Tyler Vaughns. If you know, you know. He just had a big game this weekend.
Yeah, he stuck around last year. I think he was on our practice squad.
Yeah, he was there for a little while.
Yeah, but I guess wasn't going to get another chance this year.
Yeah.
You got any more takes on Dre Jenkins?
So I look at it like this, man. Kind of like we've been talking about. If you're not going to go get the big marquee name, Deebo Samuels or Brandon Ayuk, I think you're just trying to get as many bodies as you can in different body types and try to see may the best man emerge from the group. So when I hear he's 6'2", 204, that's a lot different than Calvin Austin than Quez Watkins. That's a big receiver, right? 6'2". It's like, all right, not big, massive, but it's like in terms of his size, he's a bigger body than those other guys. Now, the issue with him is the speed. 4'6", that is not fast for wide receiver. That's part of why when you're talking about just the separation, being able to generate it or not, typically, if you're not a very explosive player or a very fast player, you're going to have a hard time generating separation with just the caliber of athletes that we are on defense at this level. The one thing that I will say without watching him on tape, I just question the details that he plays with in terms of running his routes. Because typically, if you're not the most explosive, fleet-footed athlete, you have to be ultra detailed and extremely smart in terms of understanding how to set up your route running. If you're trying to win inside, but the guy has inside leverage, you got to make him believe that you're doing something outside to kind of be able to win that type of stuff. So I'm hoping that, you know, with whatever he's done this year away from the game, that he's been locking in and improving certain things. But outside of that, honestly, it's like, hey, man, you can come in here and you get a chance to compete with the field, right? Because we know the guys that are, you know, in terms of the GP, like that's solidified. But everybody else, we kind of playing that game of, man, all right, it's Dre, can you beat out Quez? Can you beat out Van? Who you gonna try to beat out, man? But you gotta try, because none of those dudes are guaranteed a spot either right now.
Yeah, it's a free for all.
Yeah, so I'm like, for him, great
outside
opportunity.
of Roman and Pickens, it's a free for all for anyone.
Shout out to Roman. I was about to say, because I was say outside of those two, I don't see like these dudes as locks on this roster right now.
No.
Especially when we know for a fact we can go trade for one of these dudes, and now that's gonna bump 2 of them names down that list. Yeah. So I'm like, hey man, I don't have an issue with it. Like I said, he's not a household name, but at one point James Harrison wasn't. At one point Antonio Brown wasn't either. And they both different approaches, but one's a 6th rounder, one was undrafted dude, cut multiple times. We both saw what they were able to kind of accomplish here and stuff like that. So, I mean, Mike Hilton's another one, man.
Now, if I'm going to place a bet on what unproven big body receiver has the best chance to make the roster or is going to make the roster and potentially have some impact, I'd go Denzel Mims. Like, you know, out of that group that we're talking about, I'd go Denzel Mims over Dre Jenkins. I'd probably go Denzel Mims, top guy. Okay. Just pedigree, 2nd round pick back in the day, a few years ago. You also got Marquez Callaway. I don't mind him either. Are we considering Van Jefferson to be big bodied or no?
I mean, he falls
Marquez
in this category.
Callaway's 6'1". I know Mims a little taller than that, right?
Yeah. But Van is right in that, what? Is he 6?
Yeah, I don't think he's small.
No, he's like 6'1", 6'2", I thought.
He's 6'1", so yeah, I mean, I guess this dude just might be the tallest receiver we got now.
Oh, it's 6'2". Or
I think it was 6'2". Let me go back.
Who?
Jenkins.
Yeah, he's 6'2".
Was it 6'2"?
Yeah, he's 6'2". What GP is?
Am I reading the internet wrong?
thought it was 6'2". I thought it said 6'2". Maybe I read that wrong.
I got 6'4" on his college page. The LSU page. So, yeah, maybe you're right.
Okay.
Maybe it was moved to something else whenever he made it to press.
Yeah, let me see. Let me go back and see something then real quick, man. Let me see what they're going to have.
I don't think we have anyone taller than that.
Man.
But in terms of the dudes that are above 6 foot, we'll say. Because you got a couple of the small guys, the slot guys, Scotty Miller, Calvin Austin.
Shout out to Scotty Miller.
Roman Wilson. But like all these other unproven dudes that could potentially be playing outside receiver for us.
Of course, they have nothing on.
Van Jefferson's actually the answer. I'm sorry. I was thinking of guys that are more unproven. I guess we could say Van Jefferson has proven a little something.
Oh, yeah, he definitely has. Yeah. I mean,
And
Van
Quez
Jefferson has a 1,000-yard season. He's been a part of a run. You know what I mean?
All right, fine. How about this? Let me phrase it like this. In terms of the guys that
No, so NFL.com, right? His official combine stats, he's 6'2", 204 pounds, 31 3/4-inch arms, 10-inch hands.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a 6'2" dude. I was going to say, man, you know they're going to boost it up, though. I told you I was 6'2" at JMU for a while.
Yeah, 6'4" at LSU.
Mm-hmm. That's
6'2"
about right. That's about right.
At the combine.
That's about right. They give you a couple inches. No, pause. I ain't like how that sounded. I'm sorry. I usually don't, but I just say like how that sound right. Yeah.
All right, how about basically the guys that are being talked about the least in this receiver room? I like Denzel Mims being the guy, potentially making the roster. Because right now, we're sitting with Pickens, Roman Wilson. I would bet Van Jefferson, Quez Watkins are 3, 4, and maybe Calvin Austin.
Time out.
We also got Scotty Miller.
Wait a minute. You said GP. You said Roman.
Yeah.
You said you're going to take Van and Quez? You think they have better
think
chances
they
over
make it.
Calvin?
Yeah.
Because he took... All right, before I give you mine, why do you think...
Definitely Van Jefferson. Familiarity
Fair. I'm
with
with you on that.
Arthur Smith.
Yeah. And he's produced, right? Because Van has had success in this league. Van is not a journeyman in the sense of, he sucks. Like, Van is produced. Van is just not an elite player, but Van is a really good player, though, man.
Yeah, so maybe I was a little premature with Quez Watkins. Maybe that's the battle. Quez Watkins versus Calvin Austin, the two biggest speed guys on the offense.
Because I'm back and forth with them because I think Quez has produced more, but I think he has more bad tape. Whereas Calvin, I think, is just the more unknown, but he has that defining characteristic, which is the speed, and we haven't seen him have any hands issues. That's why I'm like, I think he kind of has that front seat over Quez. Van, I think Van, because he's the vet. I think that's why I give him the nod over Calvin, because Van, he's going to be more well-rounded in terms of a practice setting. He's going to give you more of that. But in terms of the specialty player, sometimes that specialty player could hold a little bit more than just this well-rounded guy if we bring in somebody that can do the Van Jefferson stuff, right? And that's the whole thing that we're trying to figure out in terms of wide receiver 2 per se.
Sure. Yeah. If we bring in a Deke, if we bring in a Sutton, maybe Van Jefferson's spot is more up in the air because you definitely have a top 3 then with Pickens, Roman Wilson, and whatever receiver we trade for.
Right.
And then you're looking at more like what abilities do you have that's different than what our top 3 has. And for Calvin Austin and Quez Watkins, that's definitely the speed.
And Calvin gives you return ability too.
Yeah.
So that's the other part where it's like I can see Calvin. It really just depends on what we do at this receiver room, because right now Van is too valuable. You look at the production in the room, you can make a case the second most productive receiver we have, career wise. But we don't feel confident in that being opposite of GP at this stage right now. So that's the part where it's like for him today, he's probably top 2, top 3 locked into that position. But they make that move, that can definitely change him. But I think for Calvin, because of his specific skill set and him being a draft pick, that I think will help him out a little bit more. Now, he still has to do the rest of the work. And obviously, they all do. But this is just kind of like how I see it lining up a little bit.
Okay. Out of the guys that I haven't named yet, I'll take Denzel Mims. So what would that be? Denzel Mims, Marquez Callaway, and Dre Jenkins? Yeah. Is there another name I'm missing?
I don't think
that's not even that bold of a take.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And none of them might even make the roster because Scotty Miller could be the 6th guy.
Scotty also brings in some continuities or not? He came from Atlanta. Yeah, familiarity. Yeah, absolutely. Who do you feel more confident in though, Scotty Miller or Quez Watkins? Because I think they're kind of in that next
catching
tier.
the ball. Scotty Miller.
Okay, getting open.
Yeah, providing a deep threat, opening up the offense for us. Quez Watkins. It just depends on what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, reliability. Scotty Miller. But yeah, just having a guy go out there on verts. I mean, in a way that could be considered reliable too, because it could shift the defense and open things up for other guys. But in terms of when the ball's thrown to him, I trust Scotty Miller.
We still do trust Calvin Austin's hands, though, correct?
He hasn't done anything to make me think otherwise.
All right, so we're on the same page. Don't say just yet. Don't say just yet. Just he hasn't done anything, so we're good.
He hasn't. Actually,
that's what I was like. Yo,
got a touchdown in the playoffs.
He caught that bomb versus the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't do much else though last year.
But what other times do we really attack it? Because remember, I thought he got underthrown versus the Colts. Wasn't that one where it was like it got picked,
Texans.
Right? Texans.
It's the same exact play.
Yeah.
Canada special.
Mm-hmm. What happened with? I don't remember the execution of everything. I just remember he was open versus Vegas and it worked, and then I remember it did not work versus the Texans, and I just don't remember specifics of what happened in terms of it getting out there. Maybe my memory don't be the best. I just thought it was something with that.
Yeah.
Because he was open. I remember
I'm
him.
Not gonna say
Calvin was definitely on top.
Throws.
I know it was the Canada special.
I don't think it was the best of decisions. I don't think it was the worst throw. It was like up there for your guy to get it.
It was who you throwing it to though.
Yeah, he's 5'9".
But is that on Canada though? Because it worked before and he gave you an opportunity to make a play. I think you can make a case about the decision.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, Kenny did have the ball in his hands. You make the decision, but it was like the same thing that we've heard how many times when the opponents would play our offense. You got someone after the game saying, "Yeah, that Steelers offense predictable. They're running the same plays." So Steven Nelson called us out after because he was the one that got the pick, right? Was it him? I think it was.
I think it was low key. Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, we knew that play was coming. It's the exact same one." Now, yeah, Kenny made the throw. I don't know who else was open on that play, but it wasn't. I didn't think it was a terrible throw. People were acting like it was so underthrown. I think it was there for the guy to get it. Like if that was Pickens, I think Pickens comes down with it. But Calvin Austin's 5'9". It could have been out there a little bit more in front of him, but
I just love how you talk about it. He's like, "Yo, it could have been this, but it could have been that too, though. But it could have been that part. It could. It just as a whole." It's just
not the best idea to be throwing to a 5'9" receiver unless he's got really good separation.
I would agree. Yeah. With little receivers, miss long. Let them run. Don't miss on the jump ball.
But I think if you watch that play, I think the other safety. Top, the other safety was coming. That's why I didn't think it was a bad throw.
It had to be a really good throw.
So that's why throwing to Calvin Austin wasn't the best idea.
Yeah, it was just a tough throw. Because you got, like you said, an inside and a dude over top. Calvin did have separation, but it's like, that's the drop-in pass, the one where you got to be perfect on it. Unfortunately, it was a little bit less than, and it wasn't the best receiver to kind of offset some of that either. So you kind of get the perfect storm. And then you get, like you said, your man Canada calling a call that was already on tape. Hence the reason why versus Vegas, nobody over top. He's by himself versus this time. Different coverage, so you got a little bit... person that's already seen this. So yeah, film study, it happens. But that's just the reality of it, man. But shout out to them dudes.
Those were Calvin Austin's
he didn't
two
have any
best
bad
plays
tape
last year. He got a touchdown in the playoffs, and then got that Raiders touchdown.
Didn't he have a reverse or something too, like a jet sweep? I feel he had
what he did?
He had a jet sweep too, right?
What game was that? That was
Cincinnati.
Yeah, that was the Mason game.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was.
He had a nice little jet sweep too, man.
Yep.
He had some plays. Did any returns? I think that was his first year. No, that was this year.
Nothing to the house.
Nothing to the crib. No. But I thought he had a nice return too, though.
Yeah, he had a couple.
He showed some speed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Calvin got some stuff, bro. We named some moments, and that's the thing. It's like he was a rookie, not a rookie, but like that was his rookie year. Part of the rotation.
We had Allen Robinson out there way more than Calvin Austin.
We had A-Rob, you had Pickens and DJ.
I swear we had Boykin even out there more than Calvin Austin at times.
Yeah.
Just for blocking.
It was definitely blocking. Because remember, A-Rob was like the tight end. It was, wherever he goes, he's blocking. Yeah.
A2A style. Russ will at least bring the leadership that can rub off on other guys in the huddle. He's vocal and don't just go back to the sidelines, sit down and stroke his fingers through his hair. Wow.
Boy. I thought that this was going to be a friendly, just a cool combo, complimenting, and no shots fired. That's a shot. Oh, baby. He says
that's all we had in the quarterback the last 2 years. Wow.
Hit him with the against the grain. Just, oh, man. That's tough. Yeah, that's tough, 828. You wild for that one. I like your energy. That is foul. My bitch. And we instantly knew, too. It's like, yeah, that.
Man.
Hey, yo, I get it, bro. I get it, man. I get it. The expectations were high. So, it ain't all him. He just product of his environment, man.
And I still
product of his environment.
hold to the statement I made whenever Kenny got up out of here, and that it was literally the perfect storm for him getting up out of here.
It was.
The perfect storm.
Everything that could go wrong was going wrong.
Everything that could get him to request a trade got him to request a trade. Like, literally.
And then they even found a trade partner expeditiously. It was like, bro, y'all didn't even fight for this. Yeah, because
this isn't how it was supposed to happen when you draft him 2 years ago out of Pitt.
No, just like, yo, y'all wasted no times. All right, I'll holler at you. Shout out to 828, man. But pre the shot part, I do agree though, man. In terms of Russ, at least bringing the leadership that can rub off on other guys in the huddle specifically, yeah, that is legitimate, man. It is, a dope feeling when you're on a roster or you're on a team with the vocal leaders, because Kenny to me was still a leader. He just wasn't a vocal leader, but that was also because he was young. When you're young and you're in these rooms with the professionals, the success that we have, the type of compensation that we get as well, it can be very intimidating to just feel comfortable being vocal, because when you're vocal, that means you're putting yourself out there. And when you put yourself out there, that means that essentially everybody is going to get a chance to look at you and critique and criticize you. And for young players who haven't figured it all out and they're kind of struggling, it doesn't make you the most confident in the sense of wanting to speak out or call out or even correct certain people. And that's something that I think that he had to endure, that a lot of us endure. But at the same time, you do want to see guys, kind of grow through that. And even though it's not the best product on the field, you still want to see, just a little bit more of the leadership. And not saying that he wasn't doing some of that, but just, how it got at the end where the reports weren't always supportive of how he was acting, right? That's the stuff where you were just like, man, you want to see just better leadership, regardless of, everything that did, what's true, what's not true. He's going to leave all that alone. We know how everything was talked about and how everything actually played out, man. So I look at that. But with Russ, it's a different conversation, man. Russ, when dudes just simply look at him and the energy that he brings, it's like, you're going to believe him. You believe that you have a chance solely because the same way me and Deke set up here, 30, 40 minutes ago and talked about all the things that we've seen Russ do in Denver and in Seattle, right? These players are human. They have seen and heard the same stuff. Some of them even competed against him. So it's certain parts where they're going to remember, when he dropped that pass on us, they're going to remember when he hit this spin move. They're going to remember certain things. And it's like, you just believe that, hey, if I've seen him do it enough, why can't he do it again? And it's a different conversation. It's a different ear that the team is going to have when he speaks also because of that. Very similar to when Seven was here. Man, Seven could say anything. And we already, hey, let's get activated. Let's do it. Because we've already seen this dude have so much success that you just believe as long as he's here, bro, we got a chance. I don't care who we're playing against. And I think with Russ, it's going to be a very similar vibe to that. So, yeah, I'm with you on that, man. But leave Kenny alone, man.
And as it should be, though, in terms of thinking you got a chance, because Russ did beat Mahomes last year.
And Josh Allen. Don't forget.
I wasn't going to bring it up. But
well, it's a honor. If you're going to bring up him beating Mahomes, make sure you talk about the next one, too. Both big fishes, all right? Yeah. The only person he didn't check off was Lamar. That's it. Yeah.
Did they play him last year?
I don't think they did. But he went through a little gauntlet of dop. So yeah.
Yeah. We got our defense to take care of Lamar.
This is true.
All Russ got to do is,
this is true.
Yeah, just don't throw turn the ball
Just don't
over
kill
or
us, bro.
anything. Yeah,
Don't kill
yeah,
us.
yeah. Because Lamar's numbers against us aren't pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Bannister. Will the TJ and Minka disrespect ever stop?
Low key, that's a great question. I feel like for TJ, no. I think for Minka, yes. I feel like for Minka right now, he doesn't get disrespected to the same extent. I just think the position as a whole is just not respected a lot. And I think that it's more of that than specifically Minka. And what I mean is you look at Justin Simmons, right? Justin Simmons is a heck of a safety, has been a heck of a safety during the same time frame as Minka. But you look at how long he's sitting and you look at just the safety market in terms of how those guys are compensated, it's not a lot of love in that room. It's not a lot of love for that position, but they will get compensated. It's not full on running back, but they kind of give you some of those vibes with how they are treating those or how they are talking about those guys. But when I think of just blatant disrespect, that's the TJ part, man. Because what are we saying is more important? A guy that looks the part or a guy that actually is the part? Meaning the guy who has the best numbers on the planet or the guy that looks like he should have the best numbers on the planet. Those are some of my issues in terms of just TJ Watt specifically. We can separate the two. Yes, Myles Garrett, Micah Parsons are better athletes. Yes, TJ Watt's the better player, though. The production shows. And I think that that's how I look at that specifically. Whereas with Minka, I don't feel like we have a ton of, man, they put this guy on this list over Minka. Oh, my God.
Not recently.
Yeah, when Minka hasn't been talked about recently, it's because he's been hurt, hasn't been out there. And that wasn't this year. That was the year before. That was, yeah. Not
he was banged up this year, too.
Past 2 years, you can make a little K.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's been more of that. Whereas with TJ has had just the better numbers in direct comparison to his counterparts, and they're picking his counterparts over him. When Minka has missed time, Minka's missed time. When Minka has been banged up and it's been a quiet year, and we talked about how, man, well, because of some of the safety stuff, Minka's having to do a little bit more of this. Because of some of the injuries, Minka has to do a little bit more of that. That's going to be cause and effect. So it's like, it's understandable for him not to get the accolades in certain spots. That's not the case with TJ Watt. TJ misses games and his numbers are still better than any of these dudes that are getting some of the just, recognition over him. And I think that, to me personally, is who I think has the most in terms of that disrespect part, like from a national standpoint, at least.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know if it's going to get any better. Like, TJ's going to literally have to get 25, 30 sack seasons.
Yeah. Like, unless it's record breaking and there is zero that you can argue against it, I think that he is going to run into this because, yeah, Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons, they pass a certain eyeball test. Whereas for TJ, they're like, oh, we don't like how that looks all the way. It's like, okay. But at the end of the day, Tom Brady ain't passed a lot of eyeball tests either. Tom Brady kicked a ton of butt, won a ton of games, and has a ton of hardware. It's like, yo, he's viewed how he's viewed for a reason. He don't pass a ton of eyeball tests, but you can't disrespect or act like you don't see what he brought out there in terms of the production. That's how I feel with TJ. So it's like, man, come on, bro. And he's still cooking, even at his big NFL age. When you get to 8 years in the league, you big. You
I think he's 30 this year.
Yeah, bro. He's at his big age.
Damn.
It's low key nuts, bro. When I seen him, I was like, bro, you're at the age in the year of when I first met you, bro.
It's time to start winning.
That's actually nuts, man. Yeah. It's actually nuts, man.
Start making some deep playoff runs here.
This is time. No, he ready. Trust me, he pissed off. He ready to go. Even though he did say you saw the little interview, he says he felt older or old for the first time. It's like, yeah, it'd be like that. You start seeing some of these cats they hit you with. I played with you on Madden in middle school. Man, I grew up watching you.
Yeah, as long as he's not feeling it physically.
Right. And don't start a podcast either.
Right.
Yeah, no podcast. I don't think any slowing down is on the horizon.
Yeah, JJ could do that. JJ, he can, and I guess Derek
JJ
too.
Said he might come back, bro. He said he want to run one last go.
Not here.
He said he'll wait. He said
right opportunity. Somewhere else.
Yeah, right opportunity, man. He willing to jump on.
Not here.
I think it was him, and they said they was flirting with Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald could come back, and he can play for us.
But it was the Rams, though. The Rams was flirting with Aaron Donald about that. I don't think we in that conversation shit. But if we do, I welcome it. Yeah, because he definitely he still could go.
I'm sure.
But low-key, I think he doing media content now, bro. I don't know if it's a full podcast, but I thought he had an episode with his lady, right?
I did, announcing his retirement.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and that was like the kickoff of like, yo, I'm announcing it on my platform. Like, yeah. So I just don't know. I don't know.
828 style Moats. You were absolutely the most underrated linebacker during your time as a Steeler. With Cam wanting a new contract, he better be the most underrated this year.
Hey, I like your energy, man. I like when y'all Future say, hey, man, just tell me the lies you want me to hear, man. I like when y'all talk to me like that, man. It make me feel good on occasion, all right? Salute you on that, man, for the heart. But trust me, man, Cam, when we talk about the past 3 years, this was of the 3-year sample size, this is the only year where he hasn't had 10+ sacks, man. This is the only year, and that's because he was hurt. And he still came back. And that was the other part where it's like, let's not hold that against him, because I do feel like at times if he would have just stayed on IR and not played at all, then it's different. We just kind of look at it as, oh, man, he just hurt the year. It's, is what it is. Go to the next one. But because he came back, now we look at it as, well, man, he ain't really produced last year. It's like, bro, but he missed a chunk of time last year. And then he came back from an injury where now you're trying to play to get yourself back to where you were pre-injury form. While it's a moving train, while the season is going, there's just a lot that comes with that, man.
And he got better as the season went.
He definitely did. So that's my thing. I'm like, if he's healthy, man, I don't have any, reservations about his ability to still produce this season. My biggest hesitancy is just, what is it going to look like going forward after this year? Because, the age is getting real. But more importantly, when I look at a Keanu Benton, I think of, okay, could we get another youth like this? Well, to get more of that, you got to start opening some opportunities. And that's the only thing. I'm just like, I don't know how long we want to play that game, because we've seen just in the history of our transitions how sometimes it's not as smooth. It took us a little bit of while to go from Ike T. It took us some time to go from Troy. We're still trying to go on from 7. So it's like, all right, do we want to wait till it's all the way at the end and now they're gone with no other plan? It's like, all right, man, let's try to figure it out. Or do you start trying to, do it a little bit sooner rather than later? And that's part of the NFL convo. I think 7, unfortunately, was a byproduct of it, when they say you rather move on a year too soon than a year too late.
The sabotage.
Circle of life, man. Circle of life, bro.
AJ Martinez, he says he's in the dungeon lifting, full of fire.
Respect.
Love, respect, and blessings to all. The one and only Najee, Tutu Harris. Free Tutu so he can be appreciated.
Let's go.
The press v Tutu.
Nah, respect on that one, man. I love that right there. Man, when you said you was in the dungeon, I thought you were saying like with the dungeon family. I thought you was taking me down to Atlanta. I was like, all right, let's get active, man. But shout out to you being in the dungeon lifting. That's what you call your gym. I like that, man. I always gotta have a name. We in the lab over here. Shout out to Dexter's Laboratory. If you know, you know, all right?
I feel like this is just a funny comment. I want to read it.
Talk to me.
Kawhi Leonard says, we invented artificial intelligence, but we can't invent healthy ice cream sandwiches.
You know what? That's a good grievance right there. Yeah. I feel you on that. I feel you. That's legit. But would it? Well, I mean,
there's definitely got to be some type
versions,
of vegan ice cream sandwich or something. The TB12 probably got one.
Non-dairy. You know they got that non-dairy. Yeah. It's like almond.
But is that even really healthy?
They say it is. I don't know.
I don't buy it.
It's just a lot I question, and then there's some stuff I'm just kind of like, you know what? It's not meant for me to understand. I'm gonna just go ahead and eat the unhealthy ice cream. So I'm gonna just go get my regular ice cream sandwich. But that is legit though, bro. That's legit.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of nonsense out there about what food's healthy and what's not. Like, I think people are trying to say, some people at least, portion of the population will try to say like eggs are unhealthy or like fruit is unhealthy. Like why can't we just go off stuff that we've probably known as humans over the course of our existence, and that eating fruit is good for you, or eating eggs is generally good for you? Because somebody drinking a glass of milk not gonna kill you,
Deke. Because somebody at the end of the day has to be right, and somebody has to be wrong,
and it got to help their bottom line. They're probably trying to sell you something.
That's what our world is built upon: rights versus wrongs. Right? So it's like, if I get enough people that says, yeah, man, my tummy hurts when I eat tomatoes, then you know what, let's say tomatoes are bad. All right, cool, don't eat tomatoes no more. But now we're going to create a name for it, call it vegan or vegetarian, because there's a difference between vegan and vegetarians. And it's like, why can't y'all both just be the same? Y'all don't eat meat, right? Well, no, we don't eat anything that comes from an animal. That's different. It's like, bro, what? So, but then you got like your pescatarian. I only eat fish. It's like, oh, all right, shout out to you guys. But then if you eat only fish too much, then you got to worry about, hey, man, what type of fish is that, man? Is just the mercury? Is it a bottom feeder? What type is it? Good fish, bad? It's like,
what about balance, right?
Come on, man. I'm with you, bro. Yeah. In moderation, sure. But yeah, you can die from anything, man. In terms of overdoing it, everything, if you do it in excess, can be an issue. Heck, if you drink too much water, drink too much water, what you gonna do? You gonna drown? Yeah, it happens, man. You need sun. You get too much sun, what happens? You gonna burn, right? But you need vitamin D though. You need H2O, right? You gotta eat. But if you eat too much, you become obese. So it's like, hey, you gotta work out. But if you work out too much, you're gonna overwork, overuse. Now you're gonna burn your body down. You need rest. But if you rest too much, what happens? Now, we to restart the cycle of you're too dormant. Your body's not supposed to be situated for too long in the same spot. So everything of part of humans, I mean, is a part of that, man. Moderation. You know, that's how we roll with it. At least I look at it.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just questioning if the so-called healthy ice cream sandwich, if there is one out there. I don't even think it's healthy. I don't even know if it's healthy.
I think it's healthy to the people that want it to be healthy. And for the people that are like, yo, I don't think this is actually that healthy.
Might as well just eat the ice cream sandwich.
That's kind of why I'm with you on it, bro. If you want to feel good about it, go low fat. All right, go light dairy.
Sure.
Yeah, placebo effect. That's placebo. They say that too. Some of the stuff is accurate, though. Science, right? But depending on how you feel about science, too. There's people that question that.
Sean McCarty, in my earlier comment, I do know we want wide receiver too, but I also wonder what the plan is with all these wide receiver signings. I'm still excited about GP and Muth.
Okay. Not with you as well, man. I'm definitely excited about, those two dudes, GP and Muth. I think Muth is another guy that has a lot of potential still remaining where he can continue to improve, and not just in terms of the production, but I'm even saying in the sense of like overall impact. He can be a way more scarier person if he can step into what we think he's capable of stepping into. But we obviously know that it's not a given that it will happen, so we will see. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I thought we was going to have something potentially making, its moves this weekend, the way that, the reports were coming out and all the energy. But it looks like San Fran's still taking their time. They're not budging on anything, so we'll see. But it's a waiting game right now.
Yeah.
I think it's a waiting game.
AJ Martinez says the Barbarian is in the house.
Shout
the goat.
out. Shout out. Yeah, the Barbarian is definitely in the house because I saw him repping that weak tail Old Dominion University Little Lady Cats. I'm not going to call you Monarchs. All right, y'all little lady cats. Shout out to ODU though, man, because y'all from the crib, 757. You know what time it is, and it's always love the Barbarian, and keep doing your thing as well, man.
A2A style. Kenny better hope Hurts don't get hurt, and he gets in there and starts doing 360s in Philly. If he thinks Steeler fans were hard, sheesh, he'll cry in the car.
Nah, this is facts. Philly
and
fans is a little different.
That's his hometown team, too.
Philly,
it's a team he
grew
up.
Up. Yeah, he's just loved. I can't remember if he had a picture with the Eagles jersey, or was he just...
I think it was a Wentz jersey, yeah. He said McNabb was his guy growing up.
Group, yeah. I was like, Wentz? Yeah, it's age group, though. Dang.
He must have been... if it's a Wentz jersey...
You had to get him year one.
Was
Wentz?
That end of high school for him, or a year or two into college?
Because Wentz came in what, 15?
Or
14?
That's a good question. I'd guess 16.
I was about to say, because I feel like I was in Pittsburgh when he came into the league, so that's at least 14.
Yeah. So Kenny was either at the end of high school or probably like early at Pitt whenever he took that picture with the Wentz jersey. But he said McNabb was his favorite quarterback growing up.
Hey, shout out to McNabb, man. I liked him. I used to hate the fact that them boys would win all them NFC championships or make it to the NFC championship, would never like get to the Super Bowl, and then they finally did. And yeah, he facing Patriots. Cause I was a big T.O. guy. Always a big T.O. guy. That's my dude.
Yeah, T.O. was really.
I was like
good.
One of my favorite players all the time.
He ended up playing in that Super Bowl too, coming back
broke
from
leg.
Whatever it was. Yeah, it was a broken foot.
Yeah, had the Jordan cleats on, fire. Yeah, man. I always in my mind. I'm glad it never happened for me, but in my mind, I wanted a situation where I was going to be able to replicate the doing sit-ups in the driveway with the media around me with my shirt off, all because of T.O. doing that, bro. Like, I didn't know how I wanted it to play out, but I was like, yo, I think that was just the dopest scene of y'all done pulled up to this man's crib. He's not at work. He's at the crib. And y'all like, yo, he's like, yo, F this. I'm working out. I'm just like, yo, I want that moment. But I'm glad it didn't happen because it wasn't a good moment, So shout out, though.
Last one from AJ Martinez says, shout out to all the amazing loved ones lost.
Now respect on that, man. R.I.P. R.I.P. Respect on that one, man. Absolutely. All right. Well, we're in that nice weird phase, Deke. A little 6:15-ish. Nice and weird. Nice and weird.
What do we even got?
So we have another topic, but that topic is for certain going to last longer than 15 minutes because we were talking about comparing current roster versus where we were last year at this time, position by position. That's definitely going to take way longer than that. So we might table that for Thursday since tomorrow we obviously got TG on the joint.
Okay.
I said tomorrow, Lord. Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Tomorrow's last day of school, Deke. I'm not going to be here the last day of school tomorrow. All right. I'm picking them up. I'm chilling the rest of the day. But Wednesday, we got tapping with that.
Yeah, works for me.
I like it. And then also, man, shoot. Well, yeah, so we'll talk about that on Thursday then. Obviously, we got NBA Finals starting on Thursday, too. That'd be interesting. All right. And you said you like Boston, correct?
I'm not picking Boston.
I thought you said you like Boston for the deal, for the bet. I
No,
thought you said
I'm not
Boston.
doing that.
You sure you didn't say Boston? Because you said like Jason
not.
Tatum, best team in the NBA this year, like the record and everything looked good.
It would be good value if I took them because they're actually pretty heavy favorites.
That's what I'm saying. I thought you liked them.
I was listening to, who was it? I think it was Bill Simmons. He was saying if the Mavericks win, this would be a top 3 upset in NBA Finals history, which is pretty crazy. Like I wouldn't expect that. I feel like a lot of people are on the Mavericks right now, but just based off the odds, right? Because I think they're plus 180. I forget what the number was, but if the Mavs ultimately won,
it's going to be very interesting, just in the sense of.
But no, I would pick the Mavericks.
You should like the Celtics, bro. You like Larry Bird? Larry Bird's your guy, right?
We're doing a bet. You wanted to do a bet? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just asking.
Man.
For
odds
feel
purposes,
like
it might. Yeah, maybe that's the way to go.
I'm just saying, man.
Like my heart would say, you know what? I think the Mavs are rolling right now. I think Luke and Kyrie. I think they're more dependable than Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But Celtics, you know, they have had the best team this season, and they should be getting Porzingis back. They got a Drew Holiday.
You're right. Never mind. I forgot he's coming back. I like Drew. Drew was he got a little defense.
Like out of the top probably 6 or 7 players when you combine both teams, Celtics probably have 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's the Luka Kyrie
I don't know.
effect,
Yeah, I was
man.
gonna say one could argue the Mavericks have the top 2.
Yeah, the Luka Kyrie effect, real, bro.
Yeah. I know Tatum's a pretty damn good all-around player, but Kyrie stepped up his defense recently, and I think he's just flat out more clutch. I think he's a guy that you could depend on way more than Jason Tatum in this type of atmosphere.
The problem I see, though, for Mavericks is this. If we just say the top 2 guys are a wash, right, or we say that Luke and Kyrie barely, but they outplay Tatum and Brown, like you said, Boston
and those
has
guys,
the better roster.
You know what? Those guys on the Mavericks have been playing good, though.
They have. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's can you keep it up though? Like PJ Washington, they got that one dude in a trade mid-season too. Yeah, they got a bunch of like kind of no-name role players, but from top to bottom, I think there's reasons Celtics had the best record this year. The Celtics actually had like
the best record in the league this year.
They're the best record in the league, but there was something too about like they're in like a rare stratosphere with like how many wins did they got this year compared to other historical regular season teams. But no one views this Celtics team as historical
because they keep
no one should either.
They've had postseason blunders the past couple of years.
Yeah, and
you look at their path postseason this year, and it hasn't been the same type of what we saw Kyrie and Luka. It's like y'all taking the head off of one of them monsters right now. It just seemed like for every time Boston was supposed to face a monster, the monster wasn't available. So we're like, but are y'all real? We know Dallas real. Dallas done been tested a little bit. But I think that's kind of the debate of why it's money over here, but why me and you feel the same way about this matchup of, hey, bro, don't sleep on Dallas, man. Dallas, all right. I like it, man. I like it. But worst case, those take Boston. I'll take Dallas, and we'll just see what happens, bro.
It might be the smart decision. I'm not making any picks right now, though. Okay. I'm not making any bets. All right. You said we got till Thursday?
We got till Thursday.
All right, we'll see.
Till Thursday. It's because it's been a minute, and I just thought of last time, we got activated. I think it was
NBA Finals?
It Raptors and Warriors when I took Kawhi, and we got lucky when my man Clay. It was amazing. Yeah. I hate that he got hurt, but it was amazing.
Right.
It was.
And KD.
KD both
KD
back
came
to
back.
Yeah, it got real.
Got hurt that exact game.
Yeah, it got real, bro.
We've done we've done some other NBA playoff bets. Because I remember I bet Clippers on like a closeout game or something against
versus
the Mavericks.
The Mavs, yeah.
And Kawhi went off.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any others, but those are the two.
That would
have
have been like
mind.
the most recent like one-off, yeah.
Yeah, that might have been like 2 years ago though.
Yeah, because I felt like the Raptors. Did we do the series or did we just do a couple of games though?
We did one game. It might have been Game 7.
That would have been.
It was either Game 7 or a closeout
back.
game.
Yeah, because that was the game when all of them came back and this was like the big deal, and they just Okay. So we got some options with that though, man. Just yeah.
One more super just rolled in. 828 style. He's been on a heater today.
Shout out to 828. He definitely has been on a heater, man.
He says Kenny was a frosh at Pitt in that Philly jersey. He was there for 8 years. LOL. I'm on him because I had high expectations for him, and he just let me down.
I love the fact that he is honest about having high expectations, and the feeling of let down has transitioned him to this, I'm petty, I'm going to go get after him every chance I get. And there's nothing wrong with it. I get it. Everybody handles their emotions and projects them differently. He's just like, yo, I'm hurt, so my hurt, now I'm going to come at you. Some people get hurt, they cry in the car.
I had high expectations for him. I expected it to play out differently, for sure. Like, I was let down. I'm let down, definitely.
I wonder who was let down more. You were 828
But
style,
I think
bro.
828 style puts all of Kenny's failures solely on him, I'm assuming. Whereas some of it was on Kenny, I'll admit that. But I think we did wrong by him to a degree as well.
So 828 said he's not looking for what he didn't do. He's just looking for what he was responsible for.
Which people want to act like good things didn't happen when Kenny was here.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, there were good things. That's the other flip side of it. People just want to focus on the negative.
Yeah.
The dude had a lot of game-winning drives. The dude was clutch. We went on that run at the end of his rookie year. We go 7-2, almost make the playoffs. Like, he also got injured, though. He also didn't take the sophomore jump that I expected.
And
so,
both
yeah,
things could be
that's
true.
what I mean. He also had Matt Canada here, but Mason came in, bowled out, and then Kenny reportedly acted a certain way about that. Like, I don't vibe with that energy. I never thought that was part of Kenny's makeup. So there was a mixed bag of.
He had a lot going on, bro. He had a lot going on, man.
Yeah. We got more. We got super chats coming in here. Remix says late, but FSU is my squad because of Dion. I live in Syracuse now, so I'll root for them except versus FSU.
Respect.
Now they're in the ACC, Deke.
And he says Syracuse
over Pitt football. Now listen, I saw a screenshot over the weekend from College Football 25. They got Pitt ranked in the 90s.
I like it. Hey, JMU is. It got
I don't know if that's fake news, but
I think y'all legit. Y'all got people.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know how I would have expected. Like,
y'all are featured multiple times. Every time I see the commercials, I'm either seeing Pitt by the band or I'm seeing the Dunkin' on the side. So
I don't even know who the hell we got coming back this year,
bro. Y'all got enough that y'all rated high. I don't know where we're rated at. I just know that we're on the game. I finally saw our screenshot, chrome helmet, JMU, Sunbelt Conference on our logo. You know what I'm saying? It's certain schools that we still haven't seen any pictures or highlights of them just yet to know if they actually are in the game. Just throwing it out there. So take that for what it is. But Pitt's up there. We've seen Pitt. We've seen JMU now.
Pitt was on the TV commercial.
Yeah,
too.
I've seen Pitt multiple times. Y'all like featuring again. Y'all might have a cover athlete, all right? But JMU, we made the cut. They talked about the road to glory. All right? Road to glory is an important part of the game. JMU's picture was featured up there, so go Dukes. Go Dukes. But shout out to Deion Sanders.
I was going to say, you could probably relate to Remix.
Oh, 100% though.
You know the conflicting feelings of having.
Don't. That's I thought you was about to show love, talking about some. Yeah, I know you was a FSU guy yourself.
That's my point. That's my point.
But that is not how you said that. You said it.
You do have conflicting feelings on.
You communicated
teams and
that.
Rooting interest. No?
You were talking like how 828 style talks about Kitty. It was like, bro, this is not it's like backhanded. I felt like it was back. It's like the comb my hair, yeah. It felt like that comment. That's how I felt when you said that. Oh, you could relate to have multiple teams. Like, bro, whoa. I was actually trying to relate to the Deion Sanders, the FSU, and I was going to talk about one of my players that brought me to football, Warwick Dunn, FSU. Not having multiple alliances and allegiances, okay? I don't. I'm an alumni, okay? It's an alum.
Well, I'm not even talking about football specifically.
Listen, I'm casual with other sports, okay? All right? Jeez. But I have favorite players, all right? I'm loyal to my player. You'll never see me root. I ain't never rooted against LeBron. How about that? All right, you ain't never seen that one, and I never rooted against Jordan either. Okay, boom. I can't say that for Kobe. All right, yeah, hey Bron, if it ever.
I think it's just in your DNA.
Stop it.
It's a trend,
Stop
right?
it. Don't do me like that, bro. That's crazy.
College hoops.
That is
Isn't it
crazy.
Duke, JMU,
Kansas. Shout out to the Jayhawks, bro. Don't do me like that. Hey man, I remember watching it, man. Kirk
baseball. I know you got
man.
two for baseball.
Come on,
right
bro.
now.
You know you got the Yankees, you got the Bucks, but I
got one for hockey.
But
though.
time out. My first baseball experience, though. Shout out to the Braves. I love Chipper Jones, okay, because that was what I learned about Turner Broadcast Stadium. All right, shout out to TBS. In hockey, yes, it has always been Sidney Crosby, my favorite hockey player. Unfortunately, well, you remember? Okay, all right, okay. I have to
say it.
All right. And low key, before Buffalo Sabres, I actually knew about the Red Wings. I don't know why. I think it was the red color, and I was always a big Detroit Red Wings guy. And I didn't even know. Like, I feel like they were good at one point when I was playing like NHL.
They're like a Yankees franchise.
That's what I feel like. Yeah,
they're like a blue blood franchise.
Because whenever I was growing up, playing NHL, I ain't about to date myself, but playing NHL at an adolescent age. They always had like the Red Wings. They would be fired. I'd be like, y'all like this team. My favorite color was red, so it was perfect. Yeah. Why you doing me like that, Deke? Don't come at my fandom, bro. Don't come at my fandom, all right?
This is you. Complex. This is you now. I was giving you the one team for NHL. You should have just let it go.
Well, it was different. I lived in Buffalo. I was a Buffalo Bill, so you have to entrench yourself into the market, into the people. And the Sabres were there. The Sabres showed me love. Shout out to Patrick Coletta. All right, if you know, you know. So yeah, so that's where I was. And then I came home. I came to a place.
You know what you should? You know what you should say? It's like, look at what Russ is doing.
Shout out to Russ, bro.
Like you're just doing the same thing.
I'm on the Russ effect.
That's it, bro. Exactly. I'm not taking side shots at Russ. Look, I shouldn't be doing that to you.
Listen, when they said the story of Russ going to Carson Street, pulling up at a barbershop, I did that too. They ain't dropped my picture, and it wasn't that. I forgot the name. It was like a totally different one.
You don't play quarterback either.
This is also true.
Yeah.
But I low key the reason I said shout out to Russ because Russ, they said it was people outside, and Russ stopped and was like, "Yo, what's happening? Can I come and get a cut?" I was not looking for the people outside. I was looking for the one where it was like, yo, you got the barbers in there, but I don't want to see nobody out front because I don't want y'all just hanging out where I'm at. Like, no, I was new. But it was like, yo, we all had that first walk in and they all looking at you like, who is this big dude? Now for Russ, they probably recognize Russ face cards. Like, yo, that's Russ. Me coming from Buffalo, it was a little bit different. Deke, you get that look of, are you a boxer? Are you a football athlete? College? What are you? Like, so everybody just kind of stares at you. It's like uncomfortable, it's awkward. And then the ice break and everybody's good. So shout out to Russ. But it's like, yo, yeah, so shout out. The same thing Russ on, that's what I was on, all right? So yeah, that's what it is. Y'all leave me alone. Deke over here trying to make me feel bad. All right, stop it.
If we have Russ on, that's what I'm asking him. Favorite baseball team?
He might say
favorite
Yankees.
Hockey team.
He might say Yankees, though.
Right. I'm curious.
He might say Yankees.
I'm curious.
He might say Yankees. Could. Favorite hockey team. He might say the Kraken.
Is he going to give me multiple teams?
Like, don't do that,
like,
bro. Don't do
like
that.
My co-host
don't do that. That's crazy. Don't do that, bro. You got hit with the. You've played in a lot of places, Rush. You've had a lot of stops. Okay, Seattle, the Kraken, Denver. You know, are you an Avalanche guy? How do you feel about the Avalanche? You know, what about the Rockies?
I mean, he's probably wearing an Avalanche jersey.
You know, he had a Rocky.
You
know, he had a Rocky saddle.
Absolutely.
I was like, yo, talk to me, man. And don't tell me you ain't have a Robinson Cano Seattle Mariners jersey on when he signed a big deal. I know you got a Ken Griffey Jr. somewhere out there. And you're a baseball guy? Come on now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying, bro. Shout out. But like I said, I'm an alum, so it's different. It's just different the way I flow. All right. Yeah.
A2A Style says he's seeking comfort.
I'm seeking comfort with you. All right. We seeking comfort together.
The Kenny comment?
Kenny comment, yeah.
But he also said, I just can't lie to myself, Deke. I'm not lying to myself.
See, because I'm
dropping truth.
I felt like Deke had a little more comfort than you. But, I mean, I think we're all in the same place, though. Well, I want to see him do better.
Yeah, I have more excuses. I also think the excuses are valid. If you want to say excuses.
I mean, that's...
Or context.
Context, excuse, but it's all a part of comfort. Because we're trying to just make ourselves feel better about the outcome.
Bottom line, he didn't do enough. And
yeah.
That's why I said let's stick with Mason at the end of the year.
So
it's like I don't think I'm even saying like anything new here.
You're not, nah. And I don't think he is either. I think it's just It's just the reality of it. And it's still low-key fresh. That's the other part. We act like this happened 2-3 years ago. It's like, bro, it's...
Might need a 30 for 30 on that.
It's like, bro, it just happened about a month ago, man. Shoot. Yeah, has it been a month? It's like, bro, because it was right at the end.
Yeah, time does fly. It was...
It's 2 months?
I think it was end of March.
End of March, okay. And we're at June now. All right, yeah, respect that.
A little over 2 months.
Yeah.
Now, Sean McCartney has a question for you. Will you root against Captain Kirk week 1?
Now, that's not a real question for me, man. I've never rooted for Kirk whenever I've had a rooting interest in the game. If the Steelers are playing, if the blue and red team is playing, sometimes that team too, then yeah, man, you know, I ain't trying to see Kirk do anything. I want to see Kirk be Kirk coupons. That's when I want to see that game, you know. But when it's anybody else, it's like, hey, Kirk, you know what time we on? I likes that. Now, why you think I got my chains on? Because of Kirk. Yeah.
Man, I listened to an interview from him a couple of days ago. Or it might have been a week ago. He's a likable guy, man.
You love him. You seen the Netflix quarter? It's nothing to not like about him, bro.
I don't want to pay him a lot of money to be my quarterback, though. I'm sorry.
I love it, though. You know why? Because he is not just the NFL dream. That's the American dream. He's not a first rounder. He's not a second rounder. Not even a third rounder. And you think about everything he's been able to accomplish to get it to where people look at him and they say, bro, you're overrated. He's gotten to that part.
And he was talking about, I can't remember what star recruit he was coming out.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, nah.
He was like an afterthought at Michigan State. Yes. They were trying to offer like 5 or 6 other guys before him. And they told him straight up, like, we're offering these guys these scholarships.
And if they don't take it, then you get it.
Yeah.
Yes,
so they didn't take it. They give it to him. But then, like, I think he said like a week or 2 later, they were able to get Nick Foles, so they signed him.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
So he's like, I'm looking at Nick Foles and saying he's a hell of a player, but I only know there's going to be one of us standing here at Michigan State when it's all said and done. Yeah. It was Kirk.
And then what else? You get drafted after they draft who? RG3, top 3 pick, man. You're in that same draft class. You're never supposed to see the field as a Washington whatever at that time, right? Because I don't want to offend anybody. But he was supposed to never see the field, bro.
They're trying to bring the name back, maybe.
I saw that. Yeah, because the reason is the people that were supposed to be outraged weren't. It was the people that I ain't gonna get into that. You know how this thing go, man. All right. So, anywho, it's that. So, they've been doing more of them surveys, and people are starting to speak back up to let people know, like, no, we actually prefer this name. We like this. We like the history with it. We like that it brings relevance to this. So, it's like, that's kind of how I perceived it also. It was just, we were in a different time when the change happened. So shout out to the social climate that we were in and we will see where we continue to go from there. Okay. Don't get me in trouble, Deke. I don't want to get in trouble today. I just want to have a great show. We're at the back end and just vibe out.
We can just end it right now.
That's it. All right. That's all I'm trying to do right there. But shout out to Kirk Cousins though, man. That's why I like Kirk, because to me, Kirk is that NFL dream. He's that American. He's the dude that, if this was real life, right, non-football term, he's the kid that's coming from across the tracks that no one has ever thought of in that little trailer park where the lights don't even cut on. And he then found a way to get to the big boy multi-million-dollar mansions, and everybody's looking and saying, bro, why do you got this big house, but you driving that Ford Explorer over there? You supposed to be in Bentley Bentaygas. You supposed to be in Rolls Royce Cullinans. Man, everybody around here has that. You got this, but you don't match that. And it's like, well, yeah, because he's really, really good, but he's not elite. Elite is that. He's really, really good. So that's why you got the house and a regular car, but he ain't got that. He's really, really good, bro. So if y'all don't like really, really good, then that's why you don't like Kirk. I get it. But Kirk is a lot more closer to all of us than the other dudes we talking about, man. All right, so that's why I'm a big Kirk Cousins guy. Because I'm like, yo, I like relatability. And I can relate the heck out of him. And I like the fact that he has not lost his ability to connect with guys. Meaning, you see him record-breaking deals, highest paid contracts, all this other stuff, right? But he's the same dude on the plane that's taking his shirt off, jumping around, putting other people's chains on the airplane. I've been around franchise quarterbacks. I've been around some elite players. Not everybody operates like that. Not everybody is willing to just, oh, man, I'm going to kick it with whoever at that position. Nah. So that's the other reason why I'm like, bro, shout out to you, Kirk, man. I like your energy, man.
He also asked for Penix's number whenever Penix was drafted to call him.
I did not know that.
Like, there's that.
That's crazy.
He also.
What was the energy with it? Like, I know he was on some good guy stuff, wasn't he? Or was it smoke? Did he call him and say, hey, bro,
no,
what you're walking into, right?
No. It was like
it was
in
good
a good
guy, right?
way.
It was good, right?
Yeah. Like almost
Shout
like
out.
what Russ would do, right?
Respect. Yeah,
that type of thing.
Respect.
Yeah, it was just him being the bigger person.
Dude, that's dope.
So there was that. Also, the fact that he
low-key dope,
still hasn't bought like his dream car. He's always wanted a sports car, and he said specifically a Corvette, and he still hasn't bought it yet.
Staying humble. Give himself something to work for. I can relate. I like that. No, that's real for him.
He's like,
man.
I don't know why. I haven't bought it yet.
That's real, man. I like that.
He says he's always wanted one. Obviously, he can afford it.
You don't want to root for that. You don't want to root for this type of dude, bro.
I got nothing against him. I got nothing against him, but I just don't want him as my quarterback because
you see what he
that
produces.
cap hit ain't worth what he's giving us.
He gives you a lot, though. That's why he gets paid as much, because he gives you a lot. He doesn't give you everything, and I think that's the sticking point. He'll give you 4 out of the 5
because it's the worst.
Yeah, he'll give you 4 out of the 5.
You get all the way there just to be disappointed. Like it's the worst, absolutely the worst.
But it's a reason why them 5 out of 5s are who they are, because it is so challenging. It is so tough to not just make it, but to win one, and then mess around and win multiples. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, case in point. Dan Marino, case in point. Great players, right? Talent, everything. But it's like, yo, even they struggle to consistently put it together in the postseason. Now, they did it, and that's why they're viewed higher up. But
not
Kirk,
Dan Marino, though.
Well, in the sense of he's at least made it to a Super Bowl. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's like we've seen him go on a run, even though it didn't end in a championship. We still saw Jim Kelly saw him go on a run, right? Whereas with Kirk, you've seen him have just regular season, but he's never had a run. So that's why I say he's 4 out of the 5 stars. He'll check off everything that you want, but this is the part where it's like, oh, all right, that's the last prerequisite between you being really good and you being elite. And not everybody has that. Some dudes like Nick Foles, we seen the postseason run, but he can't give you this consistently.
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, you gave me that. You gave me my championship. Great, you had a moment. But career-wise, man, I'm taking Kirk Cousins every single day of the week, because I can't bank on just this one opportunity, because how do I get here without a fluke happening? Which is Carson Wentz balls out all year, gets hurt right at the end, and now you hop on and go ahead and take it on.
I agree with you. If you're an NFL player, I would take Kirk's career all day, every day. If you are a fan and you ask the Eagles, like, hey, you get Kirk Cousins' career the whole time,
Well, I mean,
or do you get this janky stuff where Wentz gets hurt and Foles and you go through all the quarterbacks you have? You would take it just because you know you're getting the Super Bowl.
I think that's going to be very situational depending on who you're talking to. Because if I ask you, would you rather go 20 years of never winning or 20 years you don't win anything but you win one? Or would you rather always be winning, always in every single conversation? And I think that's the reality of it. Anybody can sit here in a vacuum and say, yeah, give me the championship because it's a guarantee. But if you just simply say, yo, we don't know when that's coming, but we know over this span, this is what you're going to feel every single year. Because if that's the case, why do people want to move on from Coach T? He's giving you a chip, right? That's by the theory of, hey, would you rather go 30 years and just win one? But you're going to, hey, you got your one, right? Hey, he got his one. So why they tripping? Why we looking for another one, right? Because it's like, yo, that one isn't enough. You want to constantly feel a part of the conversation. And that's why they ain't just stick with Nick Foles. That's why they moved on from him. Because it's like, yo, you gave me that, but we want relevance. We want to always be in the conversation. Kirk gonna give you that, bro. You know Kirk gonna give you that, bro. Shout out to Kirk, man. You love Kirk on the low, bro. I think you like Kirk Cousins on the low.
I do. I've said that. I
mean,
I watched
say it enough.
I watched last year's
bro.
Netflix quarterback documentary. I've seen some interviews with him. He's great, man. I appreciate
but you're really,
who he is and all that.
You're not really kind to him when you talk about his play, though.
Exactly.
Which is crazy.
And it's nothing personal. It's with all due respect. It's just his play on the field.
How is it with all due respect, man?
It is. It's with all due respect. Just the play on the field, not him as a person.
This is crazy, bro. Kirk Cousins is like, yo, he's great. He's just on
Listen,
man,
really
good.
I had been
really
here.
Good, man.
I had been here. I mean, that might be part of it.
Fair. I get the Ben part.
So it's like if you don't have the guy, it's just like I don't even want to waste my time.
But you can't say that when I've seen how you fell in love with Kenny Pickett.
Well, I thought he could be the guy.
Kitty didn't give you.
I thought he could be the guy.
Kirk. But I'm saying Kirk is giving you more than that's.
Yeah, but it's still young, and it was still young in Kenny's career. Like if Kenny sucked this year, like that's it. It is like. Kenny's.
But you've technically never
year one,
seen
year
Kirk
two.
have a sucky season. You've just seen him not win in the postseason. Those are two different things.
Good fantasy seasons. He's definitely he's a consistent fantasy player.
Can't even give me that. That's what I'm
There's
saying.
been times TG can attest this. We can ask him about this again on
But
Wednesday.
you know TG has a personal vendetta and
because
bias.
he was on that
against him.
Washington team. Like they just had to win one or the last two of the games, something like that, to end it. And it was against backups, I think.
Fair.
And
okay.
it was bad.
We seen us lose to a backup Ravens team before.
But not when it's like do or die, make the playoffs. This is it.
Technically, it was the one time, but that wasn't. I think that was Duck that ended up being out there.
Right. It was. Yeah,
it was Duck. It was Duck out there. Yeah. But still, man, you ain't never seen Kirk drop just a whole season of just bad tape. Kirk ain't gonna give you that, man.
I'll give you some bad prime time. I'll give you disappointment in playoffs.
Moments for the elites. Who shows up in prime time? Elite players. Who shows up in the postseason? Elite players. That's why they're called elite.
That's the quarterback I want. Elite.
And we already said how many of them available, though.
Yeah.
It ain't a lot of elite quarterbacks out here, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's guys that we project, that we think, but it ain't a lot of elite guys. Yeah.
Hopefully Russ is on that like second wave of his elite career here.
Shout out to Russ.
The comeback.
And shout out to Kirk Cousins, man. All right. Just shout out to both of them dudes, man. Shout out to both of them.
All right. Is that it, then?
I think, yeah, we had one super that just popped up, and after that, oh, no, that was it. Yeah, we're good, man. Yeah, we are good. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to each and every one of y'all, man. The comment section, y'all were fire. Obviously, the chat, man, everybody that was with us today, man, we love the energy as always. And you know how we do, man. We're going to keep this thing rolling like how we always do. So, y'all stay safe out there. We'll get you back on the next time. But until next time, baby.
Peace.